watching yet.
The home run barrage continues. Trent Grisham blasted 2 yesterday in another offensive outburst today. Will Warren gets the ball for his second start of the year, and he can pitch the Bombers to their second sweep of the season. Let's get you ready. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates on a Sunday afternoon at PNC Park in Pennsylvania. These teams avoided the rain yesterday, and it looks like they'll be good to go today as well. It will be cooler, but the forecast for the series finale in Pittsburgh only calls for cloudy skies. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. I'm Nancy Newman. Any kind of weather has been hitting weather for the New York Yankees. They scored 9 more times Saturday in Pittsburgh. They lead the majors in runs scored, and through 8 games, they have outscored their opponents by 32 runs. A little more about those bats. They've hit 25 home runs. That's the most in baseball history through 8 games, and it's already tied for the most through 9 games as well. They're batting .299 as a team. That's their best start since 2003. They also lead the majors in runs per game, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. That kind of output requires contributions up and down the lineup, and yesterday it was Trent Grisham doing damage out of the number 9 spot. He hit a solo home run in the first inning. Then, when the Yankees scored 6 runs in the 5th, 3 of them came off Grisham's bat. Another home run. It was Grisham's 3rd career multi-homer game and his first in nearly 4 years. The bottom third of the Yankees order has hit 8 home runs. No other team has more than 4. Grisham is red hot. Over his last 3 games, he's 6 for 11, with half of those hits clearing the fence. He's driven in 7 runs, and look at that OPS. It's over 2,000. After the game, Meredith Marakovitz asked Grisham what's been going right. It's our quote of the day, courtesy of Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees.
They've just been doing a really good job mentally staying in the present. Yeah, I think that's really about it. Swing's been here and there throughout, but I've stayed really locked in mentally.
Can you describe what a day like today feels like when you're locked in like that, 2 home runs?
It feels good, just because when you don't feel like your best and you're still locked in mentally, and you still compete and go through the game, it means a lot going forward.
What did the offense show you today in general? A couple runs given up in that 4th inning, and you guys struck back right away there in the 5th.
Yeah, we just haven't quit as an offense this year, and that's kind of what's allowed us to blow these games open a little bit and just make it a little less stressful on the back end. So it's been nice to see out of an offense.
And what do you think of the work that the bullpen put in today? They had to get a lot of outs out of that pen.
Yeah, they did great. They've been great all year. I think it goes perfect with the offense, just giving us a chance later in games, keep getting those runs, keep adding on, and takes a little bit of pressure off those guys, and then when they take the pressure off them, they'll do the thing.
On to today's starting pitching matchup for the Pirates. It's Andrew Heaney. The former Yankee allowed just 1 run in 5 innings in his season debut against the Marlins with 1 walk and a couple of strikeouts. And for the Yankees, it's start number 2 for Will Warren. He was solid against the Diamondbacks. Warren took a no decision that night, but he left in line for his first big league win. He allowed just 1 hit in 5 innings, walked 4, struck out 4. The 1 hit that he did allow that night was a home run by Corbin Carroll. But Warren later got revenge on him with Carroll up as the tying run. Warren buried a curveball below the zone and got Carroll to swing over the top of it for the strikeout, ending his outing with what was arguably his biggest highlight of the night. It was a lot of 4-seam fastballs and sweepers for Warren in that outing. The Diamondbacks were 0 for 9 combined against those pitches with a couple of strikeouts. And also worth noting, he threw 18 changeups, his highest usage percentage of the pitch in his big league career. After missing the last 2 games because of back stiffness, Cody Bellinger is back in the Bombers lineup today. He's done well against the Pirates in his career with an OPS approaching 900 against them. Earlier today, Aaron Boone was asked whether he has to keep a closer eye on Bellinger today.
Certainly pay attention to it. Felt like he, was probably in some way good to go yesterday. I was getting him ready actually to use him in a situation if something came up. So he was close to even coming into that game in a pinch hitting role. So feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like he's gotten better each and every, as the days have unfolded the last couple, and hopefully good to go now.
Ideally, if Bellinger's in there in perfect world, would you like to continue to hit Judge 3? You like him in that 3 spot?
Not necessarily. It just kind of, the first day here, I hit him second. It just depends who I have in there the rest of the way, what the other team's staff makeup is, what their bullpen situation looks like, where I can, just trying to, net a good matchup, not necessarily even for Judgy, but somebody along the way. And so, I'm going to aim for balance when I can. And, with the lefty going and I can lead off Goldie, it makes sense then to have him third. But no, I'll probably be a little fluid with him in the 2 and the 3 spot.
Aaron, did you get any more of an in-depth report on how Schmidt's outing went?
I heard it went really well. That's really all I got.
Did you watch any of it?
I have not watched yet. I'll let Clark tell me all about it. No, I will watch it today, probably either here or on my way to Detroit. So, but I heard it went really well.
He'll just go again in 5 days?
Yeah, he'll go again in 5 days.
Any idea where or not yet?
I don't know if it's with Somerset or Scranton. I'm not sure yet.
Did you like Peraza's at-bats yesterday?
I did. Yeah, I mean, look, he obviously hadn't had a start yet. Went into a game earlier and hit the home run, which was good to see. And to him to, play a significant role for us yesterday, that's what he's capable of. So hopefully, getting back-to-back reps today, hopefully something that serves him well moving forward into the season. But, yeah, excited for him that he got in there and was a real contributor for us.
An important programming note, because of wind chills forecasted to be in the 20s, all of the Yankees games for the upcoming series in Detroit have been moved to daytime starts. First pitch Monday is set for 3 p.m. Then Monday and Tuesday, 1 p.m. games. Tuesday's game will be here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Wednesday, it's on Prime. We are just getting started here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Coming up, we head out to Pittsburgh to check in with Michael Kay. We'll get his thoughts on the final game of this series as the Yankees go for the sweep. Stay with us.
Yankees batting practice today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Presented by Audi. As promised, our Michael Kay joins us now. And Michael, the Yankees Media Relations Department put out the notes today under the headline, High Voltage. Anthony Volpe, he has dazzled out of the gate. 2 doubles yesterday. He's batting .303. How good does he look to you?
Well, he looks great, and the ball is really jumping off his bat as well, showing great power the other way. And I think the Yankees were expecting for him to take another step this year. If you looked at what he did in the postseason last year, that was great. And so they said if he could perform on the hot lights and the pressure of the World Series and perform the way he did and hit a grand slam, he might be able to take that into the season. Now, a lot of people are going to point to the torpedo bat, which he was one of the first people that they studied and saw exactly where the bat was hitting the ball, so they moved some of the heft of the bat down to that area. And I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's just the maturation. He looks like he's a lot stronger than he was in the past, kind of jacked in the arms, and the ball is flying out to right field. So if he can keep this up, the Yankees have themselves an answer at shortstop for a very long time.
And like you said yesterday during the telecast, this could be the breakout year for him. Okay, Will Warren gets the ball for the Yankees today. He looks to pitch the team to a sweep. He got a no decision in a solid outing versus Arizona. This, of course, his first career start at PNC Park. So what will you be looking for from Will Warren?
I just want to see him build on what he did against the Diamondbacks, because if you watch the Diamondback series, that is a very potent offense. It really is from top to bottom. They know how to play the game. They put the ball in play. And I thought Warren pitched very, very well. And when he left the game, he would have been on the winning side. That was the game that the bullpen blew. But I thought it was a good outing. And I thought, most importantly, it was much better than the way he had pitched in any of his 6 outings last year in the major leagues. You wondered what is there, but you could see now what exactly is there. He changes speeds. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he's smart. All of his pitches move, and if he works the corners, he could be very effective against a Pirate lineup that is not anywhere near as potent as the Diamondback lineup.
Meanwhile, the Yankees lineup, the offense, it's been terrific. 8 games in, and we're counting. They've scored 72 runs. It's been a team success, though, Michael, and not just the big hitters. The bottom of the order has been producing. Trent Grisham, a multi-homer game yesterday. Dominguez, Cabrera, and Austin Wells. He's been a true standout. Your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you what, the bottom of the lineup has been amazing. You see the graphic there, first, second, first, and everything, and they've been that good. I mean, when the bottom of your lineup operates like that, it makes it a little bit easier for the top of the lineup because the bottom of the lineup does not become a resting spot for an opposing pitcher. They've got to work hard there, and then back to the top of the lineup against a Goldschmidt, and then a Bellinger and a Judge. They get a pitcher that might be a little bit fatigued both mentally and physically. So when you have a 1 through 9 lineup, you make a pitcher work all the time. You probably get him out of there quicker, and I think it becomes a very, very good calculus to score a lot of runs. And so far, the Yankees, everybody hits home runs. Everybody's been getting important hits. Everybody's hitting the ball solidly. Right now, this offense looks like it's clicking on all cylinders.
Yes, and one man stands above all, right? Aaron Judge's career is already transcended. Unbelievable. 321 home runs in 1,000 career games, exactly matching the same feat accomplished by Babe Ruth in his first 1,000 games with the Yankees. That is just unbelievable every time you think about it, and I want to know what you are thinking as you call his career.
You know, I've been going between underappreciated and undervalued. Now, he's not undervalued. He's underappreciated. I think we all take it for granted. John Flaherty and I were talking about that because when you see it every day, it's just the norm. But you have to take a step back and realize that you're seeing something that really has never been done before. And if it's been done, it's really against only the best players in baseball history. When you could be in the same category as Babe Ruth, hitting the same amount of home runs as Ruth had in 1,000 games, and Ruth is one of the greatest players in the history of this game, it tells you at what level Judge is at. And I think Judge continues to get better. Every winter he tries to work on something that he thinks might need improvement. He's a much better player than the Rookie of the Year guy that hit 52 home runs. He hits over 300. He puts the ball in play. He runs the bases well, and he hits home runs like nobody else hits home runs. And just consider this. He had 58 home runs last year, and he had a less than pedestrian March and April. Now he's having an April for all time, and if he can continue what he did May through September, he might be able to break his own record of 62 home runs in the American League. He's that great, and I hope that people just don't take it for granted what they're seeing, because they're seeing something that we just don't see very often.
Amazing. That's why you're the voice of the New York Yankees, Michael Kay. Thank you so much. Beautiful vista behind you, too. Just a beautiful shot in general.
Well, thank you. It's cold, but it is beautiful.
Okay, we'll see you at the top of the hour alongside John Flaherty for the call of the game. Let us take another break here on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Still ahead, we'll take a look at the lineups for this afternoon's game in Pittsburgh. That's next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. We are back with the Yankees lineup. Missed the last 2 games with back stiffness, but he'll bat second in the series finale. Aaron Judge gets a DH day. Oswald Peraza starts again against a lefty, and it's been a good stretch for Jason Dominguez. He has a .983 OPS over his last 5 games. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, Brian Reynolds bats second as the designated hitter. He has done well against the Yankees in his career, and he's hitting .341 with 5 homers and an OPS near 1,200 in 11 games against them. However, they did limit him to just a walk in 4 trips to the plate yesterday. So much of the Yankees' production at the plate this season has come from homegrown players like Judge, Volpe, Rice, Wells, Cabrera, you name it, they're all contributing. Jason Dominguez is right in the middle of it as well. The rookie continues to look very comfortable at the plate and in the field. Meredith Markovitz caught up with him.
Thanks, Jason. When you look at this offense, you guys just keep on rolling. So many home runs to start the season. How do you wrap your head around the damage that this offense has been able to do so far?
I mean, this offense been incredible. Like, all the guys with the work that they put in, like, they show up every day. And my side to be able to help them and contribute to the team has been really, really incredible.
You contributed yesterday. You had a double from the right side. How are you feeling from the right side? How are you feeling from the left side?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, yesterday was my first hit, like, right sides, but I honestly feel pretty good. I feel like there's back day good days. There's days that I'm chasing more, but there's days too that I think I'm seeing the ball well.
What are some of the challenges in being a guy who's seeing some of these pitchers for the first time and being a switch hitter, trying to try to find your groove on each side of the plate?
I mean, I think one key for me is, like, just to be patient. You know, I never seen that guy before, like, trying to see how he gonna tap, trying to be patient and waiting for a good pitch to hit.
How much does the technology help, the traject, talking to other guys, or how much of it is you just need to go in the batter's box and see it for yourself?
I mean, technology is a big part of the game now, and that machine traject is really good because you basically can see the picture, like, before you even face it in real life. You can see the video and you have all the data.
Yesterday, Trent Grisham had a very big day. Just what have you thought of his contribution so far to start the season?
Oh man, he's been incredible. He getting the most of his time, and I mean, I'm very happy to see that. It's very awesome to see that he's doing so well right now.
Also, Aaron Judge off to a typical start. Just being around him over the last couple of years, what have you learned from him?
I mean, there's many things from Aaron Judge that you can learn. You see, last year he got a rough side of his month, but I saw many people worrying about him, but like, I saw those people, like, he's the captain. He always gonna do his thing no matter what.
Overall, how would you evaluate your start to the season? We're just 8 games in here in 2025.
I mean, I value as a good start. Simple as that.
3 multi-hit games, not too shabby. The double yesterday, like I mentioned. Are there any areas in particular that you're really looking to grow?
I mean, you know, the spring training, and my biggest issue was my defense in left field. Like, you know, that's one thing that I still improvement. I personally think myself that I'm getting better at it, but I know there's still more improvements to do.
Do you feel pretty comfortable out there in left field?
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good recently.
What's been the best part of the season so far for you?
I mean, the best part of the season for me is just being here. I mean, playing every day, being healthy. Like, we all the guys on the team, like, how we're doing so far right now, and that's the best part for me.
You mentioned being healthy. You suffered a big injury that kept you out for a while. You've had some issues over your career. How much do you not take that for granted, the being healthy part?
Can you repeat that, please?
How much do you not take it for granted? Do you appreciate the fact that you're able to get out there every day?
I mean, in my career, I never had an injury before, like, and then I got the TJ in my oblique, and you know, that teach me, like, how to prepare like this. You need to put more emphasis and more focus on getting ready for the game, like how you warm up, your stretch, and all of that. I mean, it can change in a heartbeat.
Jason, thanks for the time. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Austin Wells started this season with a bang. His leadoff home run on opening day was a sign of things to come for these Bronx Bombers. And whether it be in the batter's box or behind the plate, Wells continues to look like a cornerstone for this Yankees team. Wells drove in a run in each of the first 3 games of the season, then knocked in 2 more on Saturday against the Pirates. He gave the Yankees a lead with a single up the middle in the 2nd inning, then tacked on a sac fly in the 9th. It was another good day game for him. He has a slugging percentage of over 400 and an OPS of 700 in day games in his career. Behind the plate, he continues to steal strikes for his pitchers with those elite pitch framing skills. Wells is our key to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. In 7 games this season, he has 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. He scored 4 times, and his OPS is over 800. It is always a bonus when a catcher is a threat on offense, and Wells certainly qualifies. One last break here on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. We will wrap things up after this as the Yankees go for their 2nd sweep of the season. That's next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. We are back with the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Everything went well with Clark Schmidt's first official rehab outing yesterday when he struck out 7 in 3 1/3 innings. Aaron Boone said Schmidt is expected to pitch again in 5 days. It hasn't only been the long ball powering the Yankees offense. Oh no, yesterday Jazz Chisholm Jr. stole 2 bases. It was the 3rd straight game that the Bombers had multiple steals. The first time that's happened since 2013. They haven't done it in 4 straight since 2011. We'll see what happens today. Some other things to look for. The Yankees have 72 runs. That is tied for the second most in franchise history through 8 games. Aaron Judge has scored 14 of them. Another historic pace for the captain. For the Pirates, Andrew McCutchen is 4th on Pittsburgh's career home run leaderboard, 4 shy of tying Roberto Clemente. Once again, an update on the upcoming schedule. Because of wind chills, supposed to be in the 20s, all of the Yankees games for the upcoming series in Detroit have been moved up to daytime starts. First pitch Monday, 3 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 p.m. games. The first 2 here on Yes, and the Gotham Sports app. Wednesday's game is on Prime. That does it for this edition of Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Our next BPTV comes your way Tuesday at noon. I'll see you then. Right now, our game day coverage rolls on. It is the final game of a 3-game set at the Pirates. The Yankees are going for the sweep. We've set the scene. It is that time. Time to hand up to the very best pregame in the business. You know it. It's next on Yes in the Gotham Sports app.
Yesterday, it was Grish at the dish. Not just 1, but 2 home runs from Trent Grisham to lead another big game for the Bombers offense. We know they've got the bats. Will they bring the brooms today? There's a sweep at stake as the New York Yankees square off against the Pittsburgh Pirates in a Sunday matinee at PNC Park. We're glad you're with us on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry with you. Final game of this 3-game series. 19 runs JC scored in the first 2 games. Let the Good Times Roll could be your opening song title, but as we get your Hyundai opening comment, is it?
You need to stop peeking at my notes. It is not, but when you have this kind of roll going, Bob, and you have this kind of momentum as the Yankees do, you just want to get greedy, and you want more than this. And by that, I mean everyone in the dugout wants more than this. The hitters want to do more than they have done, and they've already done a lot. 25 home runs for the Yankees this season. That's almost as many runs as the Pirates have scored. They've only scored 27. So every hitter thinking that he can do damage against Heaney today. And then as far as Will Warren goes, he wants more than this because he wants to stay in that rotation. Bob, this is his 7th Major League start. He has yet to record a win. So he is aching to get that first win. I thought he pitched very well in his last outing against the Diamondbacks. The Pirates are not the Diamondbacks. This looms as a very good opportunity for Warren to get that elusive win.
You and I will talk more about him coming up. Right now, let's get it out to Pittsburgh. Meredith Morakovich standing by with the Clubhouse Report presented by your local Ford stores. Meredith, looks like we dodged the bad weather this weekend in Pittsburgh. Not kind of the case in a way for the upcoming series in Detroit. Tell us all about that.
Well, Bob, it has been raining on and off all morning. I am in the booth, but the tarp is off the field right now. It looks like they're going to start this one on time, so that is good. As far as Detroit is concerned, it is going to be cold there. They decided to move the game times because of the expected chill. On Monday, it's going to be 3:10. Tuesday, a 1:10 start. Wednesday, a 1:10 start as well. Temperatures are expected to be highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s. So, guys, needless to say, I'm already concerned that I have not packed enough coats for this road trip because it is going to be freezing. There oftentimes is wind coming in at Comerica, too. So certainly not ideal conditions when it comes to playing baseball. As Aaron Boone said earlier, baseball is known as a summer type of sport, but this is where we are on the calendar. And they will be playing 3 in Detroit. Either way, maybe even some snow on Monday, so that should be a fun one. As far as today's game is concerned, Cody Bellinger is back in the lineup after missing the last 2 games with some back stiffness. He'll bat second and play right field. Aaron Judge will now bat third behind Cody Bellinger. He's DHing this afternoon. Trent Grisham, after a great outing yesterday is back in the lineup playing center field, and Jason Dominguez will be in left field. Also, Andrew Heaney, left-handed pitcher, is on the mound for the Pirates, so that means Oswald Peraza is going to be getting the nod at third base. He's making his second straight start yesterday, 2 for 4 with a double. Aaron Boone was asked about his at-bats earlier today.
Obviously hadn't had a start yet, went into a game earlier and hit the home run, which was good to see, and to him to, play a significant role for us yesterday, that's what he's capable of. So hopefully, getting back-to-back reps today, hopefully something that serves him well moving forward into the season. But, yeah, excited for him that he got in there and was a real contributor for us.
How much of a balancing act is that? You look at Cabrera in the first game of the series, he had a great game, then Peraza in there the next day due to the pitching matchup again today, to try to keep both of those guys engaged and good to go offensively.
Yeah, I love what both of them obviously bring to us defensively over there, and Cabby's been so good early in the season. I mean, he's made, 3, 4, 5 really stellar plays over there, as well as obviously being one of the key figures offensively for us in that first game. But with Reyes and Peraza, I'm generally going to use those guys against the left-handed pitchers. It doesn't mean Cabby isn't going to get a start, against a lefty along the way, or, got a big hit from the right side of the plate in that first game too. So, but definitely want to keep everyone relevant as much as I can too.
And, Jack, as you mentioned, it's going to be Will Warren on the mound. First time out, he faced the Diamondbacks, a tough lineup over there. He had to overcome a lot of adversity throughout that one. It looked like maybe last year Will Warren maybe would not have been able to do that in those certain situations. So he even spoke about it after the game, how he felt that was an area of growth where he was able to limit the damage, continue on, and continue to give the Yankees innings. He'll be facing the Pirates, as we know today, a good opportunity for him to get his first big league win. Now, let's take a trip way back, not too far back, but we're going to go to August 7th, 2023. Bob, Jack, I know you remember this moment. Aaron Boone, very, very animated, not happy with a called strike on Anthony Volpe, and that brought up this argument with home plate umpire Laz Diaz, and it was an epic one out of Aaron Boone, drawing where he thought he saw the ball, and, of course, doing his very own impression of Laz Diaz. Now, this was in his office earlier today. Sean Casey was the hitting coach at that time. He lives here in Pittsburgh. He dropped by the other day to say hello to his friend, and he gave him that present. Just a memory from when he was hitting coach during the 2023 season. Had that made for Aaron Boone. How funny is that, guys?
Always nice to have a good life moment immortalized by a bobblehead, Meredith. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, have a great day. We will see you in just a bit with Michael and Flash. Now, all season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Well, coming up on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, it is start number 2 for Will Warren, and Jack and I are going to break down what we learned from his last outing. So keep it here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is presented by FanDuel. New FanDuel customers can get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Brought to you in part by your local Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
Got a little afternoon basketball on tap today. It's Nick Claxton and the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Atlanta Hawks at Barclays Center with tip-off set a little after 3:30. You can find that on New York 55 and the Gotham Sports app. Well, we mentioned Will Warren getting the ball today. His last time out, Jack, against the Diamondbacks. 5 innings, allowed just 1 hit, but it was a 2-run shot to Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, and he had elite pitches like that. The changeup right there, his 4-seam fastball as well. The sweeper was probably the best pitch he had in this game against the Diamondbacks. They ended up going 0 for 6 off that pitch. He left 1 changeup up to Carroll. Struck him out there, but the changeup was the only hit in the game. Carroll took him out for a home run.
So as we take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud, StatCast 3D showing us his pitch arsenal and where he came with it. And it was a good mix of those 4 pitches that he loves to throw, kind of staying away from the curveball more, but 4-seamer, sweeper, and changeup heavy.
He has a ton of spin on his pitches. It's one of the things that the Yankees like about him. But when you grade and evaluate Will Warren, one of the things you have to evaluate him on, like any young pitcher, is what kind of stuff does he have to get the opposite side hitter out? How is he going to get those lefty batters out? He came into spring training, Bob. It was clear that he had improved his changeup. From the first spring training start he had that you and I broadcast, it was an elite pitch for him. We've also seen the sinker, the Kenny Singleton version, that swing-back sinker that he would talk about that Greg Maddux rode all the way to the Hall of Fame. Those are the pitches he's going to use against lefties. The Diamondbacks actually had 7 lefties in the lineup against him. Pirates only have 3 today, but still, he needs to have those pitches to be effective. He's a major league pitcher with major league stuff. He's trying to cement his place with the Yankees.
But when you're a young pitcher, and I think back to Clark Schmidt a few years ago, every start, Jack, you're almost looking for that. What's the next step in the next start? 5 innings, 85 pitches. That's what it took him against the Diamondbacks. So maybe a little more pitch efficient, not as deep into counts to get some of these Pirates hitters out.
Efficiency is the word. He wants to be able to go deeper into this game. He wants to go out there with an arsenal that's going to allow him to have some quick innings, have some 1, 2, 3 innings. To his credit, against the Diamondbacks, a better hitting team, a team that led the majors in runs scored last season, he was able to dodge danger a couple of times. I also see a confidence in Will Warren, Bob. I go back 2 spring trainings ago when I interviewed him, and he said, listen, I think I'm a major league pitcher right now. I have the confidence I can get hitters out. He got a taste of it in 24. He wants to make sure that it's more than a taste in 25. Clark Schmidt is looming. He's going to get somebody's spot in the rotation. Warren can't be thinking about that today. He's got to think about suppressing the Pirates.
Now, I also don't think Warren is like, well, if I get deep into the game, I'm really helping out the bullpen and setting things up. Having said that, Jack, as we look at the bullpen budget, he goes a little deeper into the game. Suddenly, you're just knocking on the door for Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, and you can win a ball game.
That would be ideal for the Yankees. Weaver hasn't pitched in a couple of days. Williams came back and threw on Friday, so he's rested as well. I also look at Yuendris Gomez, who hasn't pitched in 3 days. If the Yankees did need some length, the man they call Yogo would be available. You said Warren isn't thinking about going deeper into games, but he is thinking about being efficient. I think Aaron Boone is thinking about it. The Yankee offense can put pitchers in a very comfortable position. If they get a lead today and Boone can keep some of those elite arms from having to pitch in this game, it would be ideal. So Warren's ability to maybe crawl into the 6th inning today would be impressive for the Yankees.
And you don't know what pitching is going to be like when they get to Detroit because it's going to be so freezing cold. Maybe guys don't stick around that long and you have to lean a little more on the bullpen. Let's take a look at the Pirates lineup that Will Warren will face today. Comes your way courtesy of Toyota. Brian Hayes in yesterday's ballgame, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run. He's bumped up to the leadoff spot today. Brian Reynolds in his career against the Yankees, 11 games, 5 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. Andrew McCutchen, the veteran in right field, and another veteran, Tommy Pham, will be in left. Well, it has been difficult for those Pirates to score runs this year. The Yankees, on the other hand, I'll name a stat, and they probably lead the league in it. Coming up next on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, we'll talk about that red-hot offense, so stick around.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Cadillac. Spring is the season for new beginnings, and it's the best time to get behind the wheel of a sophisticated new Cadillac SUV. Visit your tri-state Cadillac dealer today. On Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
Happy game day. I'm News 12 meteorologist Alex Calamia. They're playing in Pittsburgh. The Yankees are going to be chilly with a little bit of drizzle and showers passing through. We're not expecting heavy rain, but we do have cold weather in the forecast. We're stuck in the 40s, feeling like the 30s. Definitely chilly. If you want some more details on your hyperlocal forecast here in New York City, head on over to News 12. We're streaming and also online.
Alex, thank you. Speaking of weather, because of forecasted wind chills in the 20s and below, the games for the Yankees' upcoming series in Detroit have been moved to daytime starts. Coverage for Monday begins at 2:30 here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Tuesday and Wednesday, first pitch coming your way just after 1 o'clock. And Wednesday's game, should be noted, is on Prime with post-game coverage on Yes immediately after. Let's take a look at the Yankees lineup. We'll go against the lefty Andrew Heaney today. It is brought to you courtesy of Toyota. Remember yesterday's game, 14 hits for this lineup. Everybody that started had at least one hit. Jason Dominguez, his last 5, 3 doubles, a homer, 3 runs batted in. Peraza gets his second straight start at third base, as Meredith mentioned, coming off a 2-hit game and 2 runs scored. Cody Bellinger back in there as well. So let's talk a little bit about the offense and what's happened at the bottom of that. We talked about Bellinger being out the last couple games. Somebody else got to step up. That would be Trent Grisham. And he was part of the bottom of that order, Jack. And it can't just be a really good top 5 and then drop off after that. It has not been in this series. Those guys have been dialed in. You want your lineup to be relentless, 1 through 9. That's a manager's dream, to have every batter make sure that the pitcher knows this is going to be a heavy at-bat. And I know from talking to David Cohn throughout his career, there were times where he would peek ahead in a lineup and say, okay, I'm going to have a little bit of a rest here. I'm going to give everything I got against this batter, because later in that lineup, I've got a couple of resting spots. The Yankees haven't had any resting spots in the bottom of their order this year. You mentioned what Grisham did in yesterday's game from the 9-hole. 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. First game of this series, Cabrera from the 9-hole, 4 runs batted in. When you're getting that kind of production from the lower third of your order, that is something that's going to bring a smile to a manager's face. And Aaron Boone taking advantage of the hot reps that Grisham is having. He's back in there today, decides to have Bellinger play in right field and move Judge to the DH spot. So the only difference from yesterday, Rice was DHing. Today it's Judge. You give him a half day and you keep that hot bat in there. I spoke to Grisham in spring training and I asked him about the approach to not getting as many reps as perhaps you are used to. When he played for the San Diego Padres, it was more than 500 plate appearances per season. It was less than half that with the Yankees. And he brought up how it's his job to be ready. And then I think in the series of interviews that he did yesterday, Bob, both with Meredith on the field and with reporters in the clubhouse, one of the things that he talked about the most was his mental approach. You've got the physical skills, you've got the physical gifts, but you have to remind yourself mentally, there might be a week where you only play once or twice. That hasn't happened this season. They're playing Grisham a lot. He is coming through. He has had some quality at-bats, and he deserves those at-bats. And it's something that Boone said would happen when he talked about it in spring, and it has happened. I think it will continue to happen because Grisham's been that good. You can say the same thing about Anthony Volpe, also part of the bottom half of that lineup. And for Volpe, hit safely in 7 of 8, including a big double yesterday in the 5th when he cleared the bases. Yeah, that at-bat stood out to me. It stood out to you. It stood out to John Flaherty, who was broadcasting the game, because take a look at what Volpe does here. He gets a cutter, and Bob, he's out on his front foot. And according to Flash, a lot of times when you're out on your front foot, your hands will go with you. But watch, he keeps the hands back. It's very subtle, but he kept the hands back, and by doing that, he kept himself in a strong position to make the contact that he did. Using his torpedo bat, he torpedoed that one to center field, and that right there kind of put the game on ice. It made the game. It went from 5-4 to 8-4, 3-run double. When you're beating up on a bad team, as the Pirates are, you can put them to sleep early. I think Volpe's hit put them to sleep. And we've heard Aaron Boone, you've said this a variety of times, that what he said, you got to win on the margins and on the edges. And Anthony Volpe, in a way, is doing that with the barrel rate up a little bit, with the exit velo up a little bit, with the bat speed up a little bit. It's all part of the stew that's making him successful.
All of those numbers on that graphic, Bob, speak to a hitter who has been working, who is tinkering, who is getting better at his craft. He's hitting the ball harder. He's swinging the bat with more force, and he's making contact where you want to make contact. His barrel percentage has risen dramatically. Obviously, we're 8 games into the season. We'll see how sustainable that is, but I think it also speaks to his confidence. When you walk to the plate feeling good about where you are, and in talking to Yankee personnel about the players who are using the torpedo bats, and Volpe is one of them, they said it's about the player feeling comfortable. It's the instrument in their hand. It's about them wanting to believe they have the confidence to do damage, and Volpe so far this year doing a ton.
As you said, it's a magician, not the wand.
Well, Pat Murphy said it first, the Milwaukee Brewers manager, after the Yankees tattooed his team for 3 games.
So real quick, they're going up against the lefty, the veteran Andrew Heaney. Some of the Yanks have seen him, not everybody, but here's a fun fact. 12th year in the big leagues, he's with the Pirates, signed in the offseason. He's never pitched at PNC Park. It's his first start there.
That is a real fun fact. Yeah. That's very cool that you brought that. I was not aware of that, so we'll see what Heaney does today. I will say this, it's fastball, slider, changeup, and the slider is a hittable pitch. Last year in the major leagues, batters had the 2nd highest batting average against this slider, 3rd highest slugging percentage.
We got to take one last break on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Jack gives us his key to the game next as the Yanks go for a sweep in Pittsburgh. So keep it here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by EEP Law. Counsel that cares. Results that matter. The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com.
It's time for the pregame odds segment presented by FanDuel. It's the series finale in Pittsburgh, and the Yankees will try to bring out the brooms against the Buccos. For a same-game parlay, let's go with Aaron Judge to record at least 2 total bases, Paul Goldschmidt to come up with at least 2 hits, and Will Warren to strike out 5 or more. That parlay would hit at plus 687. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get $200,000 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins.
Let's check out the Morgan & Morgan injury report. And Clark Schmidt pitching a nice rehab outing yesterday. 7 strikeouts with Double-A Somerset, allowed just a hit. Went 3 1/3 innings. He could pitch again in 5 days, and then he could rejoin the Yankees after that next rehab appearance. All right, Yanks going for the sweep today in Pittsburgh. Let's get your key to the game.
Key, Bob, is keep the pressure on. The Yankee offense has shown what kind of damage it can do against pitchers. And you have Heaney on the mound today. The Pirates are a different team when Skeens pitches. He's got an ERA of 1.46. When someone else starts a game, their ERA is close to 8. Yankees looking to do some early damage, get this sweep on to chilly Detroit.
And today it's someone else pitching for Pittsburgh. We'll find out what happens. It's Michael Kay, John Flaherty, Meredith Marakovitz with a call. Jack and I look forward to seeing you on the post game. Final game of the 3-game set coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Yes.
On a cold, chilly day here in Pittsburgh, the fans crossing the Clemente Bridge to get to PNC Park, where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Hyundai Sunday game of the week. The Yankees against the Pirates in the final game of a 3-game set. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with John Flaherty, I'm Michael Kay. Yankees have won 3 in a row, first 2 of this series, and their offense has been clicking 1-9. But you certainly take notice of the way the Yankees shortstop Anthony Volpe is hitting, and the way he hit in the postseason last year, John. The Yankees had a hope that he'd bring that into the season. So far, he has.
So far, so good, Michael. Last year in the postseason, Anthony Volpe looked like a different hitter, and he's gotten off to a great start this year, especially in the power department. 4 home runs already, 12 RBIs. There's a look at one of his home runs at Yankee Stadium. But I like when he's not taking his ace swing, you're still seeing the ball jump off of his bat. I know a lot of people will say it's a torpedo bat. I don't think so. I just think he's much bigger and stronger at this point. And we know Anthony Volpe's going to bring his Gold Glove out there defensively. He is right on point so far this year.
And you look at the numbers he's put up, pretty darn impressive. 303, 7 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 12 ribbies. Look at the OPS and the RBIs, the most by Yankee shortstop through the first 8 games of the season. They've been some pretty good Yankee shortstop. So the Yankees will go for the sweep. So let's take a look now at the pitching matchup. And it is the Home Depot getting it done pitching matchup. Andrew Heaney pitched for the Yankees for a while. He's with Pittsburgh now getting the start. Will Warren, his second start of the year for the Yanks. His first time out against the Diamondbacks, pitched pretty well.
Yeah, he represented himself very well in that outing. We're going to get a look at him walking out of the bullpen for his first start at Yankee Stadium this year against the Diamondbacks. And we just saw the numbers. 5 innings. He walked 4. You don't love that, but he struck out 4. And a big reason why, the combination of the fastball, the sweeper, the changeup, and he also pitched out of some jams in this game. So you really like seeing that from a young right-hander.
John talked about all the pitches. There they are. That's the way he employed them against the Diamondbacks. When he has them all working, he becomes a very difficult pitcher to solve. Well, Yankees get good news today. Cody Bellinger is back in the lineup after being out for the last 2 with a bad back. We'll have the entire lineup. First pitch, baseball. Yankees and the Pirates next, right here on Yes. The Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. And by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. It is a cold, chilly Sunday afternoon here in Pittsburgh, but we will have baseball as the Yankees and the Pirates prepare for Game 3, final game of this 3-game set before the Yankees move to Detroit. And 3 night games, John, have been rescheduled. It'll be 3:10 tomorrow, then 1:10 on Tuesday, and 1:10 on Wednesday. So because of weather that's expected to be in the 20s and inclement weather at night, they moved the games.
Trying to move the game times to the warmest part of the day is what they're trying to do for the fans and the players. So change up in Detroit.
So the Pirates take the field. Some youngsters greeting them at every single position. Andrew Heaney, the starter, making a friend. And O'Neill Cruz going to make a fan for life as well. Oh, that's Andrew McCutchen. Thought that was in center, but that's in right. My bad. They love Andrew McCutchen here anyway. He doesn't have to sign autographs for them to love him. Probably the most popular Pirate other than Skeens. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt, right fielder is Cody Bellinger. Aaron Judge will hit third in DH. Cleaning up second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe at short. Austin Wells will catch. Bottom third of the order, which has been so great in this series, Jason Dominguez in left, Oswald Peraza at third, and batting ninth, the center fielder Trent Grisham. He has been on fire.
Aaron Boone sending out that lineup, trying to complete the sweep here in Pittsburgh, and they're going to face a veteran left-hander, Andrew Heaney. The numbers from last year: took the ball 32 times, the ERA just over 4. And we'll check out our Nissan pitcher scouting report on Heaney. And welcome to PNC. He's been in the big leagues for 12 seasons. This is his first time ever pitching out on this mound, and he's fastball heavy. 57% of his pitches are going to be fastballs, and Yankee fans will remember Andrew Heaney pitched 2021, 12 appearances for the New York Yankees that year.
Let's take a look at the defense. It's Pham, Cruz, and McCutchen left to right in the outfield. Hayes, Conifalepa, Frazier, and Valdez. That's third to first. Brian Reynolds the DH. Joey Bart behind the plate. He had yesterday off, although he did pinch hit. And we talked about Heaney on the mound. All right, game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 41 degrees. It feels a bit colder. Chance of rain is slight. Humidity 83%. The wind out of the north at 6 miles per hour. And the fact that they got all 3 of these games in really is a surprise, because the advanced weather was not looking too good. Goldschmidt's ready. Heaney's ready. Let's do it here in Pittsburgh. And that ball is line foul. We're underway. Yankees 6-2 to start the season, and the Pirates are 2-7. Let's take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, if you're the Yankees, keep the line moving. They're averaging 9 runs per game. Aaron Boone loves that. And the high heater is going to be a big part of Andrew Heaney's game. He elevates his fastball. And Michael just mentioned 7, 8, 9 for the Yankees in the lineup. Been getting the job done.
Popped up. Valdez and Bart give it a look, but it's out of play.
7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup have 8 home runs. That's first in the major leagues. 29 hits. That's second in the major leagues, and slugging .686. So well-balanced lineup to start off the year.
So Goldschmidt leading off against the lefty, and he has really hurt lefties a lot toward the end of last year and the beginning of this year. David Rackley is the home plate umpire. He's hitter-friendly, calls fewer high strikes, fewer low strikes on righty batters. And David's in his 16th Major League season. Edwin Moscoso at first, Tom Hanahan at second. The crew chief, Chris Guccione, is at third.
It's a good scouting report for the Yankees. Fewer high strikes. Andrew Heaney doesn't throw hard, but he kind of upshoots his fastball and pitches to the top of the strike zone. Good to see Cody Bellinger back in the lineup.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes.
Good changeup from Heaney, not his bread and butter off-speed pitch, but when you get a hitter sped up with the fastball, you can get him with the change of speed.
Here's Bellinger, missed the last 2 games, dealing with a lower back issue. Nothing serious, they said. And they said he would be back soon, and soon as today. And he's playing right field, allowing Judge to be the DH today. And the 0-2. 1-2. Hit sharply and just foul. Yankee offense has been electric over the first 8 games. 72 runs, tied for the second most in franchise history through the first 8 games of a season. And it's tied for 4th most in Major League Baseball since 1901. 1-2. Grounded. And stopped on the dive by ICAF, but he can't make the throw. So Bellinger gets a base hit.
Well, Bellinger missed a couple of games, but hits this ball right on the barrel of the bat. And IKF, the late addition to the lineup, able to get a glove on it, but can't come up with a handle. Being infield hit for Bellinger.
So here's Aaron Judge. Judge 2 for 9 in the series. And the pitch is high. Heaney's 33 years old, 12 big league seasons, modeled a lot of uniforms. Miami, the Angels, the Yankees, the Dodgers, Texas, and now Pittsburgh. Signed a 1-year, $5.25 million deal with the Pirates in February.
Be the second start for Heaney this year. Had a good one in his first outing. 5 innings against the Marlins. Only gave up 1 run.
Three and 0 on Judge. See if they turn him loose, give him the green light. They do. Fouls it back. He got the fastball, but fouled it back.
Yeah, and again, Heaney just elevates it just enough where it's kind of coming up in the strike zone. A little bit more than hitters are used to, but the next 4 days for the Yankees are going to be tough offensively. The weather, 39 degrees today. Detroit's going to be cold. Those days you dread when you look forward to the season.
That threatened to kick fair by hitting the lip of the grass, but it stayed foul. You know, one more thing, just to make the point about Detroit. A lot of Yankee fans are here in Pittsburgh. I'm sure a lot will be traveling to Detroit. And one of the main reasons it was switched is that because of wind chill, it might feel like it's in the teens. So if you are going to Detroit, wear a parka, really bundle up. And that's why they changed the games to the afternoon. Again, tomorrow's game, make a note, is at 3 o'clock. The next two games will be at 1. All were scheduled at night. Well, Bellinger was hardly off the bag, but a throw over. Yankees as a team have 25 home runs. That's a major league record through 8 games. And he comes back from 3-0 to strike out Judge. Upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. So there are new times, 3:10, 1:10. Those are on Yes. Then Wednesday at 1:10, that's on Prime. Thursday's an off day. Then back to the stadium, 3 against the Giants, and then 3 against Kansas City, and on to George M. Steinbrenner Field, where there'll be 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Chisholm shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner. And a strike. You're going to see teams pull left-handers out of mothballs to face the Yankees because they perceive that to be a little bit of a weakness because the Yankees are lefty dominant, but so far it hasn't really slowed them down.
Yeah, I think you're right. You look on paper and the opposing clubs, and we saw it with Milwaukee the opening 3 games. They just tried to bring all their left-handed relievers out of the bullpen against the Yankees, but you've detailed the numbers, Michael. This Yankee lineup is balanced 1 through 9, lefties, righties, putting up 9 runs a game.
Runner goes, pitch outside, and a stolen base for Bellinger.
Be Bellinger's 2nd of the year, and good to see him running well after missing a few games with a sore back.
High fly ball into right center field and deep. That ball is going to be off the base of the wall. Scoring easily is Bellinger. It's an RBI double for Chisholm, and the Yankees jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Well, you love Bellinger getting into scoring position, and then you love this swing from Jazz Chisholm Jr. going down to get that slider. Not a terrible pitch, but gets underneath it, lofts it into right center field. Ball carrying well, even with the cold conditions today, as Bellinger is going to score easily. Nice piece of 2-out hitting from Chisholm.
There's Anthony Volpe. He has 7 extra base hits in 8 games, hitting .303, 4 home runs and 12 runs batted in, an impressive OPS as well. Fly ball right field. McCutchen will put it away, and that'll do it. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. It's the Yankees 1 and the Pirates coming to bat. Well, the Yankees have a 1-run lead before the Pirates come up, and this is the order in which they'll come up. Brian Hayes at third base, Brian Reynolds at DH, O'Neill Cruz will play center and hit third. Cleaning up the catcher, Joey Bart, Andrew McCutchen in right, and Manuel Valdez at first. Batting 7th, the left fielder Tommy Pham. Adam Frazier at second base will hit 8th. Batting 9th and playing shortstop, Isaiah Falefa.
Well, that lineup for the Pirates, they're going to face a young right-hander, Will Warren, right in the middle of his warm-up tosses. You can see the numbers from last year. 0-3 with the inflated ERA at 10.32. Let's check out our Nissan pitcher scouting report on Warren. Looking for that first big league win. Did not get it last year. Pitched solid in his first time out this year, but did not pick up a win, a no decision, and he pitched out of some trouble in that first ball game. That's what you like to see from a young pitcher out on the mound, making the big pitches when he needed to get out of some tough situations.
Hayes 3 for 7 in the first 2 games of this series, and he'll take a strike from Warren. Hayes has moved around the lineup in these 3 games. One of the young Pirates that are signed to long-term extensions, Hayes and Reynolds. But this Pirate organization did not do much during the offseason.
Love that sinking fastball in on Hayes. You see the numbers for his last 4 games, and when it's 39 degrees out there as a hitter, you are very aware of the inner part of the plate. The last thing you want as a pitcher running the ball in on your hands on a cold day. Good sinker from Warren might open up the outside half with his good slider sweeper.
There's the Yankee defense. Dominguez, Grisham, and Bellinger left to right. Infield, Peraza, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. That's third to first. Judge the DH. Wells behind the plate. Warren on the mound.
Toughest thing when you're developing young pitching is having them believe that they're a major league pitcher and can get big league lineups out by pitching in the strike zone.
Swing and a miss. Hayes down on strikes.
Big sweeper right there, getting back in the zone with his 2-seamer to open up the outside part of the plate. But Will Warren's going through that transition. When you're in the minor leagues, you get a shot at the big leagues. Last year, it didn't go so great. You come to spring training, you win a job, and you prove to yourself, I can get a big league lineup out. My stuff is good enough.
There's Brian Reynolds. Will was the subject of a Q&A with Steve Serby in today's New York Post, and you know, he said he wants to get to the point that when his teammates know that he's pitching, they feel they have a really good chance to win. He said that's what we have with Cole and Fried and Rodon. They get the ball, we kind of think we're going to win. He said, I want them to feel like that about me. And he also said, John, he's trying to stay neutral, not get too high, get too low. He says that could affect you. You want to be neutral on the mound.
Well, there's no doubt that's the goal, but whether you're a veteran pitcher, rookie pitcher, when you have a rough outing, a good outing, you're going to get high, you're going to get low, but I think it's proving to yourself, my stuff is good enough. I don't have to be perfect to get big league hitters out. That's where you see young pitchers kind of take that next step. And I think we've seen it from last year to spring training. It just looks like he has different body language out there, believes his stuff is good enough.
The 2-2, 3-2.
Will Warren came through the Yankees system and was known as a guy who had good control and the best slider in the organization minor league system.
And another strikeout as Reynolds down looking.
Targets up and in, ends up down and away, locks Reynolds up, and a good start for Will Warren. 2 in a row, 2 punch outs.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. Now, he might have a little more pressure on him in this start because everybody knows Clark Schmidt's coming back. So who's leaving the rotation? Schmidt's going to be back either April 15th or 16th, barring any setback. So Warren might be pitching for his spot as he grounds to Chisholm. Cruz does. Pirates go down in order. We go to the second, 1-0 Yanks. Same game parlay. It'll be Wells, Dominguez, and Peraza here in the second. Now IKF is playing shortstop. The original lineup had Jared Triolo playing shortstop, but lower back discomfort scratched him really 5 minutes before we came on the air. Pitch to Wells is a strike. You know, it's funny, we were talking about lower back discomfort, John, and Cody Bellinger was asked, how do you think you got this back ailment that sat you down for 2 games? He said, I think it was the cold weather in New York. What's he going to do in Detroit?
What's he going to do today? 39 degrees.
Yeah.
Good to see him back in there. It looked like he was running well early on, so hopefully past that back issue.
And Wells goes around. 1 down. Let's check out cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Bottom of the order, 7 through 9. This season hitting .337 with 29 hits, 8 of them home runs, an OPS of 1.110. And John, you know it, pitchers look at the bottom of the order as a little bit of a rest spot. But if you have to work hard at the bottom of the order, that makes things better for the guys at the top.
Well, there's no doubt. Even if you're Joey Bart behind the plate, it's a mental relaxation when you get to 7, 8, 9. Calling a game, you're going to try to challenge some hitters a little bit more in fastball counts.
Center field, Cruz got a late jump, but makes up the ground to retire Dominguez, out number 2. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'd say on a cold day, the guy who probably doesn't feel it as much as everybody else is the catcher because he has all the gear on.
Yeah, the cold didn't really bother me because I felt like I was moving around all the time. You know, you're working behind the plate, and then obviously when you get to the plate as a hitter, but it's the guys who'll tell you, the outfielders, the infielders who are standing around. Also a pitcher who's constantly moving. Might not bother him as much. This is the time of year where baseball players become weather forecasters, looking ahead to see what the weather looks like in some of these cities, and Yankees are in for it. The next 4 days going to be chilly. You got to fight your way through it.
The 0-2, 1-2 on Oswald Peraza, 2 for 4 in this series. Yankees got a run in the first. Infield single by Bellinger, stolen base, and then Chisholm doubled over the head of O'Neill Cruz. And that drove in Bellinger. So it's 1-0 Yanks are in the second.
We talk about 7, 8, 9 in the lineup for the Yankees. You also talk about the third base platoon, and the Yankees got a good thing going with Cabrera and now Peraza against left-handed pitching.
And Peraza down on strike, so 1-2-3 inning for Heaney as the Yankees go down in order. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is of Abby and Sarah, who cheer on the Yankees every single day. And like they're happy. I think it might be Sarai. I apologize, Sarai. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Bottom of the second, Joey Bart leads off. Pitch misses outside. And a strike. You know, we talked about the Pirates not doing much at all during the offseason. The free agent contracts they signed for all one-year deals to veterans, kind of flesh out the roster. Pham, McCutchen, Heaney, no multi-year deals. So I looked this up, John. The last multi-year free agent deal they signed was in November of 2016, Ivan Nova.
2016?
Yeah, last one.
Wow.
And their owner has been here at the ballpark this weekend, and he's getting jeered every time they see his face.
Yeah, we've noticed for 2 days already, especially on opening day, the frustration of the fan base here in Pittsburgh. And it's such a great sports town, great sports fans. They're craving a winner again here with the Pirates.
And you can't say it's too small of a town. The Steelers sell out every game. The Penguins do great as well. And this could be just like Cleveland.
Yep.
Cleveland contends almost every single year. Fly ball center field. Grisham retires Bart. And the thing that has really angered the fans the most is they have an all-time pitcher in Paul Skeens, who has just electrified the baseball world, and they did nothing to build a competitive team around him. The Yankees are fortunate they missed Skeens in this 3-game set, but he's the real deal. Started the All-Star game last year. He and his girlfriend, Libby Dunn, they were a subject of a GQ photo spread.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I think about this guy at the plate, too, Michael. He's such a legend here in Pittsburgh, a great Pirate. 38 years old, still in great shape, still a productive player.
Here's some of there's Paul Skeens, and here's some of the shots in GQ. I like the ascot.
And Michael, I did talk to Paul Skeens yesterday, not about GQ though. I asked him if there was any part of him that wishes he were out there in this series, and he said, yeah, of course. And I asked specifically, with the way Aaron Judge has been swinging the bat, if he'd want to face him in this series. And he said, yeah, when you're there in the dugout watching guys as they go through the order, all you're thinking about is how you're going to get him out. But he knows he's going to see him in the future. He said he'll probably see him at the All-Star game this year. He said we both have long careers ahead of us. He'll have plenty of time to face Aaron Judge.
Remember the 2 electric innings he had at Yankee Stadium at the end of last year? They held him to 2 because they didn't want to push it toward the end of the year. I think we could tell everybody now, right, Meredith? But if Skeens and Libby Dunn had turned down the opportunity, it was going to be me and you.
Oh, I have. Yeah, you know what? I still have the email.
Right.
If you'd like to confirm that, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Maybe another issue.
Yeah, never know. A woman can dream.
Up and in on McCutchen. 11-3 last year, Rookie of the Year, 1.96 ERA, 170 strikeouts, 133 innings. Opponents didn't even hit 200 against him. His stuff is just filthy.
And Michael, I spoke to Aaron Boone about missing Skeens, and he said, we saw enough of him at the stadium last year. We're glad that we did not have to see him.
What a play by Volpe. Hard hit ball. He stayed with the hop and then got McCutchen for the second out.
Well, Anthony Volpe is swinging the bat, but Anthony Volpe is also picking at a couple of hard hit balls this series, and a great reaction going to his left. That was the tough part of the play. Now you come up with the accurate throw.
It was interesting because in that Q&A with Steve Serby in the post, Will Warren said that Anthony Volpe is his hype man. He said, like, if I'm struggling, he'll come to Mount and go, you're great. Your stuff is great. Everybody needs a hype man.
I think that's where he wanted you to volunteer, John.
To be Michael's hype man?
Yeah.
I was going to, would you wear the ascot in GQ? Would you go that look?
No, I wouldn't. I'm not a big ascot guy.
Sunglasses?
Yeah, I would go sunglasses for sure. Perfect 2 innings as Valdez grounds back to Warren. Just think, Michael and Meredith right there.
Please no.
Hey, stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Here is red-hot Trent Grisham, 6 for his last 11. 3 home runs, 7 ribbies. Those kids bundled up. Up the middle and through for a base hit. He is a hit machine. Grisham leads off with a single.
It's one of those starts to the season that you can only dream about as a hitter. Left on left, first pitch fastball right back up the middle. Trent Grisham right on time.
4-game hitting streak for Grisham. That'll bring up Goldschmidt. Yankees' third hit. They had 2 in the first, and now Grisham with the leadoff single. Back to the top of the order.
Joey Bart didn't look like he was happy with that call, but what we've seen from Goldschmidt against left-handed pitching, looks like he really locks in on right center field and tries to react inside and just use his hands. Good take there and a 2-0 curveball.
Goldschmidt's gotten off to a really good start, which is what you want to do when you change teams. High fly ball, shallow left, IKF backpedaling, and coming on is Pham to make the play as Grisham heads back to first. Check out Papa John's key ingredients. Yankees, they average 9 runs a game. They have 25 home runs, an OPS of 1.012. They all lead the majors this year. Key ingredients indeed. Here's Cody Bellinger. Taking all the way, 1-0.
Well, when you watch Cody Bellinger and his hitting style, he stands straight up, hands are still. There is no movement at all until Heaney, the starting pitcher, gets going, and then he gets into his swing. But very unusual for a hitter not to have any movement at all. Kind of stands there like a statue and tries to get the timing with the opposing pitcher.
The 2-1. 2-2.
You see Bellinger just standing there and just strides right into it.
Double foul.
A little movement, as little movement as you will see from the hitter. Talk about big leg kicks and timing with your hands, but Belly just straight up and down, look for the baseball and let it fly.
Swing and a miss. Bellinger down on strikes. That's the 5th strikeout for Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot more sliders, changeups than he did in his first outing. Because of that, getting a lot of swings and misses.
Judge struck out in the first. 1-1. One, two. Grisham on first, held there by Valdez. Frazier shades up the middle. Tries to clip the inside corner and misses.
Yeah, really good pitch, really good take by Aaron Judge, who knows the strike zone as well as anybody. Heaney tries to lock him up on the inside corner just off the plate. Good call by David Rackley behind the plate.
Check the swing. Did he go? No, said Edwin Moscoso.
That is the Andrew Heaney that we remember from his Yankee days, trying to elevate the fastball. Did Aaron Judge go around? Might have got away with one.
And Bart wants to have a talk. You know, on this date, John, I guess you're too young to really have gone. Maybe I'm wrong, but 1974, Yankees began playing at Shea Stadium for 2 years when they refurbished Yankee Stadium. I just remember taking the Q44 over the Whitestone Bridge to go to games.
I remember going to the first game back. Was it when Bobby Mercer came back to the Yankees? Wasn't it somewhere around there when they went back to Yankee Stadium?
That was in 80 or 79. Yeah, 79. Strike three, Judge down looking. So the leadoff single by Grisham is wasted. We go to the bottom of the third. It's time for the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. This was last year, John.
Last year, a couple of innings where the Yankees got a look at Skeens. There's Soto, Aaron Judge, good slider down and away. Then that two-seam fastball that clips the inside corner, your Audi Electric Moment.
Just got a taste. They only allowed him to pitch the 2 innings. Tommy Pham takes a strike. One and one. Yankees 18-9 against Pittsburgh in the regular season. They played the World Series twice, split. Yankees won in 27 in a sweep behind Murderers Row. They lost a heartbreaker in 1960. A walk-off in Game 7 by Bill Mazeroski, and that was before it was called a walk-off. Couldn't hold up. And Pham down on strikes. Third strikeout.
Will Warren off to a real good start. His third strikeout. You can argue if he swung or did not right there, but what you love about Will Warren in this game, great rhythm using all 3 of his pitches, filling up the strike zone, getting ahead in counts. And good sinker there for first pitch strike.
Oh, 0-2 quickly on Frazier.
See what Will Warren does right here. 3 fastballs in a row to Frazier. Do you elevate another one? Do you go sweeper down and in? Yep.
Center field, Grisham. 2 away.
This is perfect execution right now, getting ahead in counts and pitching to the corners with his off speeds, weak contact.
Here's Isaiah Kanafalefa. And a strike. Warren deals. Look at this. Now, the holding the hands wouldn't work, Meredith. I don't think Jody would like that. It would just be, colleagues, that kind of photo shoot.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much, I think, for the two of us, Michael.
Is that a velour sweatsuit for you?
Yes, and he's had it since the 70s.
Fabulous.
I kind of like the sweater look, Michael. What do you think? I could be playing tennis. I could be going to a nice brunch somewhere.
I think it all works. Get on it, GQ.
Now, somebody else did one too, Michael, and they included John Flaherty in it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if our team has seen that yet.
Hopefully they haven't. Thanks for bringing it up, though, Meredith.
Anytime. I'm here to help.
Three and two on IKF. It was Andrew Hartz on X that did that little Photoshop. We thank him for that. And that's the first base runner for the Pirates as IKF works a walk. So 8 in a row retired at the start. The walk breaks that streak, and now top of the lineup, Key Brian Hayes. And a strike. So we went 5 innings against Arizona on April 1st. 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. Didn't get a decision in that game. The Yankees ended up losing. What was interesting, John, in that game, he got into some trouble with 2 outs in the 5th, and Boone stayed with him to get that final out. Last year, he would have taken him out. He stayed with him, and Warren rewarded him by getting the out.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways, right? If you're the manager, you got to get a feel and give him an opportunity to pitch his way out of trouble, see how he handles it. And then from Will Warren's perspective, he took advantage of that. Gained some confidence from your manager.
Fouled away.
Really working quickly this afternoon. It just seems like Austin Wells and Warren are on the exact same page with pitch selection. On a cold afternoon, 39 degrees, if you're out on that field, you appreciate how quickly Will Warren is getting the baseball and delivering it at the home plate.
Two and two on Hayes. Hayes struck out in the first. See, now this is wrong, John.
I blame Meredith for bringing this up.
Because I didn't even see this, John. I refuse to entertain it.
You're smiling, Michael. I'm sorry.
And you're laughing out loud.
First base hit for the Pirates as Hayes singles to left. First and second, 2 outs. 5-game hitting streak for Hayes.
Why is it still on the screen?
I don't know. That you talk to our producer, or you can go to my place out in left center field.
All right, first sign of trouble this afternoon for Will Warren. First and second, 2 down. Brian Reynolds, a tough left-handed hitter at the plate. Warren got some big outs his first outing against the Diamondbacks.
So here's Reynolds, who struck out looking in the first inning. Pitch misses outside. We do see this, John, when somebody's, just strolling along out of the windup and then has to go out of the stretch. Sometimes he loses a little bit.
Biggest thing is pitching away from the strike zone, away from contact. Got to get back in the strike zone. Good pitch there. Sweeper in for a strike and a swing and a miss.
IKF at second, Hayes is at first. Nice attempt at a frame there by Wells, doesn't get the call. And the pitch misses outside.
Right, this becomes a very big pitch for Will Warren this afternoon. 3-1 count, hitters count. Cruz waiting on deck. Do you come with a fastball down and away, take your chances, or do you go off speed?
Driven into center field and deep. Grisham back, still back, and that's going to be off the wall. Connor Falefa scores. Here comes Hayes. He will score. It's a 2-run double for Reynolds. And the Pirates take the lead 2-1.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be a big pitch in this ball game for Will Warren. See, Wells wants it inside. It ends up middle away. And Reynolds does not miss it. Drills it just off to the left of center field.
Matt Blake trying to settle down young Will Warren. All going smoothly, then the walk, then a single, and then the double over the head of Grisham. That came close to going out for a 3-run home run. Hit near the top of the wall. Missed inside, 1-0 to O'Neill Cruz, who grounded out the second in the first.
It really is just getting back to what Warren has done the first 3 innings in this game, and that was getting ahead in counts, dictating the action. Now falling behind a little bit in the third. Again, 2-0 count coming. Dangerous pitch.
Threw him a sweeper there. Clips the inside corner, 2-1.
You can pitch a little bit here knowing first base is open. You have a right-handed hitter waiting on deck. So you don't have to give in with that fastball and a fastball count.
Check swing, fouled away. So it's 2-2 on Cruz. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Pirates lead 2-1, bottom of the third. Fouled away on the check swing.
When you rate Will Warren and his stuff, the fastball just above average, the sweeper his best off-speed pitch, and his changeup is good enough that he needs to throw that pitch just to show a lineup. I have a third pitch I can throw for a strike and change speeds.
Line into right field, it's a base hit. Reynolds rounds third, he's coming home. Here's the throw, and he stops as he was about a third of the way home. A good throw by Bellinger. So Cruz with a single, Reynolds stops at third.
Well, a great job by Bellinger getting to this baseball quickly and delivering a strong throw. Third base coach had to hold up Reynolds because how quickly Bellinger got to it. A good throw right on the money. And with 2 outs, he's off with the crack of the bat.
It's amazing. Bellinger excels at every position he plays. Center, left, right, first base. Quite an athlete. Here's Joey Bart. 1-0.
We know that O'Neal Cruz is a threat to run at first base, as 7 stolen bases, has not been thrown out yet.
So 1-0 on Bart. All with 2 outs. Walk, single, double, single. Reynolds leads off third. Keeping Cruz, close. Cruz 7 for 7 in stolen bases. And going back to last year, he's stolen 27 consecutive. As Yoendris Gomez warming for the Yanks.
One thing to watch here, Austin Wells has shown in this series he's willing to try to go the back pick to third base with Peraza.
So 3-1 on Bart. Pitch away from loading the bases with the veteran McCutchen on deck. Fouled away.
See Joey Bart going back to get a new piece of lumber, a good 2-seamer in on his hands. Broke that bat. For Will Warren, you're just looking to make one pitch right here on a 3-2 count, whatever it is. Fastball, slider, or changeup. Just get out of this third inning, regroup in that dugout.
Cruz will go. 3-2, 2 outs. Reynolds stays put at third. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Will Warren to get out of further trouble. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 left. Well, tomorrow afternoon on Yes, the Bombers head to Comerica Park to kick off a 3-game set with the Detroit Tigers. Now, coverage begins at 2:30 tomorrow with the pregame. Then first pitch will be just after 3 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. We're going to remind you several times today, the times of those games have all changed. They were all supposed to be night games in Detroit, but frigid weather in the forecast and wind chills really in the teens. So they've decided to play the games while the sun is still out. 3:10 tomorrow's first pitch. Yankees down 2-1 as we start the 4th. Chisholm grounds one foul into the Yankee dugout on the first base side.
Well, we've been talking about the Yankees offensively in their hot start to the year. And one thing we noticed in yesterday's game, the Yankees were down 4-2 after 4 innings. They came right back and answered with 6 in the 5th to take control of that game. See how they respond here in the 4th inning, now losing the lead.
One and 2. Each team with 3 hits. Chisholm has driven in the Yankees only run, the double to center in the first. Swing and a miss, kind of a late hack at that one through a changeup. One away, that'll bring up Anthony Volpe. Leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Most extra base hits by a Yankee shortstop in the first 8 games of the season. Jeter and Gregorius each have had 9 in that amount of time, and now Volpe with 7. There was a strike. You know, the entire team really is hitting. Coming into this game, their batting average .299 in a league where, you know, the sports batting average is in the 230s. So 299 is second in baseball. The Cardinals, surprisingly, lead baseball with a 302. That one's lined into center field. Diving try by Cruz. And he makes the play to take a base hit away from Volpe. Nice play by O'Neill Cruz.
Yeah, that is an unbelievable play and a great jump and another hard hit baseball by Anthony Volpe. You see Cruz just able to make up ground, full extension. Making that transition from shortstop to center field. An outstanding play there.
And the pitch to Wells, up and away, 1-0. The 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Three and one on Wells. Wells struck out in the second inning. Fouled away into the seats, and the count is full. Yankees have had 5 games scoring 9 or more runs in their first 8 games. Only team in baseball history that has ever done it more. The then Indians in 1999 had 6 such games. Cruz can't get that one, and it gets by him, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Wells is going to second. He's going to round second. He'll head to third, and that's where he'll stop. We'll see how they score it. It's at least a single. Could be a 2-base error, but the Yankees have a runner on third and 2 outs.
O'Neill Cruz robbed Anthony Volpe of a base hit. He wasn't going to be able to come up with this line drive, but you got to find a way just to keep it in front. And just a lazy effort right there. And Austin Wells Cruz all the way into third base. Another hard hit baseball. As a hitter, you're just hoping it's going to get down for a hit. Now you get on your horse, get all the way to third base with 2 outs.
Here's Dominguez. You really have to try to evaluate the try effort on that. It's like he did an Olay to stop the ball. Quickly 0-2 on Jason Dominguez.
Again, you take another look. He pulls up, and you just got to find a way to get your body in front of it and knock it down at the very least.
They have not scored it yet. Obviously debating whether to give Wells a triple. It should be a single and a 2-base error. And they call it a triple. And that's Wells' second career triple. And Dominguez could not hold up. So he strikes out, leaving Wells stranded at third. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Yankees hockey jersey net is back for 2025. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 25th, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays. First 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Yankees hockey jersey, courtesy of DKNY. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Heaney talks with Cruz about that half effort on the scored a triple by Wells. Pretty much saying, well, I got you, don't worry about it.
Probably thanking him for the great play on Volpe as well.
Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Pirates. Grounded sharply to short. Volpe, and then the scoop on the glove side by Goldschmidt retires McCutchen.
Paul Goldschmidt says, I got you, Anthony. And Anthony just got like a little caught up with his footwork. Not a whole lot of momentum going towards first base, but when you have a Gold Glover at first who can pick it with the best of them.
Here's Emmanuel Valdez, and there's a strike from Warren. Goldschmidt has always played a really good first base. Brought that over to pinstripes. Lined into right field. That's going to split the outfielders, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Fielding it out there is Grisham. He'll get the ball in. Going to third is Valdez. The throw is not in time. It's a triple for Valdez with one out.
I see Valdez trying to get his teammates fired up. A changeup that's up just a little bit. And he hammers this ball to right center field. He's thinking 3 right out of the box. Grisham comes up with it and overthrows Jazz Chisholm. Maybe cost the Yankees. You see Valdez out of the box. He's thinking 3. The play is right in front of him. You don't need a third base coach to let you know whether to go or not.
Yankees bring the infield in, and the pitch outside to Tommy Pham. Pham struck out in the third. 2-1 Pirates. They're looking for more. And a strike.
When you bring the infield in defensively, you're a pitcher catcher. You're trying to get some soft contact. That would mean fastballs in on the hands of Tommy Pham. Try to jam them, or sliders down and away off. There you go.
1-2 on the veteran left fielder.
Now it all changes. You get ahead 1-2. You're thinking swing and a miss and a strikeout and no contact. Really good slider from Will Warren.
Missed outside. Two and two on Pham. Three and two. High fly ball, right field. Bellinger makes the catch, tagging Valdez. Here's the throw, not nearly in time. A soft fly for Pham, and it's 3-1 Pittsburgh.
You can see Cody not real happy with the throw up the line a little bit. He thought he had a play, as Valdez scores easily as a throw off the mark.
There's Adam Frazier. Grounded and under the glove of a diving Volpe into left center. Fielded there by Grisham as Frazier picks up a single.
See the left-handed swing, just staying inside of it, driving it the other way. Looked like Anthony Volpe is right over the top. Not able to come up with it cleanly. Would have been a tough play even if he did.
Kanafalefa wraps one in the left center field. That's going to find grass. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Frazier rounds third. He'll score easily. Kanafalefa with an RBI double. And Pittsburgh goes up 4-1.
Well, IKF not wasting any time. First pitch swinging, a two-seamer down and in. And get a good look here as it splits the left center gap. Frazier on the move, and he's going to score easily. This thing's getting away from Will Warren here the last couple of innings.
Matt Blake goes out to the mound, settle down Warren. First 8 batters, all retired. Then a walk to IKF. That's when it started in the 3rd. Pirates scored 2, and now here in the 4th, they've scored 2 more and still threatening.
You see Matt Blake finishing up the conversation, but if Will Warren looks back on this one, you mentioned the first 8 batters. He was dictating the action. He was ahead in the count. Then things got away from him a little bit, got behind in some counts, and Pirates have taken advantage. Hayes likes to swing the bat early as well. You got to be careful on this first pitch.
And a strike. 0-1. One and 1 on Hayes. Hayes 1 for 2 in this series against the Yankees. He is 4 for 9. One and 2 on the leadoff hitter, Key Brian Hayes. IKF leads off second. Pitch outside, 2-2. Missed the outside corner. There's not much leash left for Warren. If he loses Hayes, that could be it.
He likes to throw his slider sweeper on a 3-2 count.
Got him. So Hayes strikes out for the 2nd time, but the Pirates scored 2 runs on 3 hits. It's time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, we're going to take a look at Andrew Heaney, who has 8 strikeouts. We're going to see a few of them. Fastball to Judge, changeup to Jazz Chisholm, and then he goes sweeper inside the curveball to get Dominguez. Has not walked a batter and struck out 8.
Peraza will lead off here in the 5th. Yankees down by 3.
Well, I gave the scouting report on Heaney before the game. 57% of his pitches are fastballs, but we've seen a lot of changeups.
First baseman Valdez comes in to retire Peraza.
That was a changeup to Peraza. We've seen some sweepers, some curveballs, a lot more off speed than I was expecting.
Trent Grisham, one of the Yankees' 4 hits. And a strike. Grounded first base. Valdez on the backup makes the play and then steps on first for the 2nd out. Two outs here in the 5th. Back to the top of the order, and Paul Goldschmidt.
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Another base hit for Goldschmidt. That's his 6th hit in the last 12 at-bats.
Again, that approach against left-handed pitching, just look out over the plate. If there's anything on the inside half, you just try to react. A perfect approach against an off-speed pitch from a left-hander right there by Goldschmidt.
(2-0) on Bellinger. Bellinger, infield single, stolen base, and a run scored in the first. Struck out in the third. Goldschmidt's at first with 2 outs, held there by Valdez. 4-1 Pirates. We're in the 5th. A strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1.
Cody Bellinger is going to learn that when you're hitting in front of Aaron Judge and there's a 3 run, you're down by 3, you're probably going to get some good pitches to hit. Heaney's probably going to want to take care of Bellinger before Judge gets up there.
That one's looped into left field. Coming on is Pham, and he makes the play for the final out. No runs ahead and 1 man left. We're halfway through. It's 4-1 Pirates. Bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. When your starters don't give you innings early, you're going to use the bullpen a lot. Yesterday, 4 relievers were used. Yarbrough got 6 outs, 38 pitches. Now, Brent Hedrick on Friday threw 27 pitches. He's right back out there because Warren could only give them 4 innings. So you really test your bullpen at the beginning of the year. Hedrick's done a good job so far.
Yeah, Hedrick has been impressive with the life and hop on his fastball.
Foul ball by Reynolds.
If you're the Yankees, you start out the year 6-2. Your lineup's averaging 9 runs a game. But if you had to look for something that there could be improvement in, you're right, Michael. It's the length from the starters to protect the bullpen a little bit better.
And you do wonder, and this is for every team, not just the Yanks, but in spring training, they are now purposely building up starters to 90 pitches.
Yep.
Not to 120. So 90 pitches in this day and age baseball maybe gets you into the 5th inning.
Yeah, the first 3 weeks of the year, you're going to be short with your innings from your starters. That's all around baseball.
And I understand that baseball is very concerned about all the injuries to starters, but all of these newfangled things, it doesn't seem like they're keeping them healthy. Well, I remember not even 10 years ago, you'd have to be out of over 100 to get out of spring training.
Oh, absolutely.
One, 2. Just foul.
Well, Hedrick comes in this game here in the 5th inning. This is going to be his lane with Reynolds, the switch hitter, O'Neal Cruz, the big lefty waiting on deck. And you're Hedrick, you're just trying to settle things down here, throw up a 0 or 2. Let your lineup get back in this one.
Even if there's not a bottom of the 9th, and the Yankees are hoping that there is, you're asking the bullpen to get 12 outs. And then you're going to Detroit against a playoff team from last year, and you might get some outs in that series as well. So all of these games are interconnected for sure.
Well, then it just becomes, pressure's not the right word, because there are expectations. Carlos Rodon gets the ball tomorrow afternoon, and he's got to be the guy that gives you would think, at least 6 innings.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Reynolds down on strikes. Well, that's the Pirates' 6th strikeout. Yankee pitchers with 6 strikeouts. Yankees' 6th strikeout brought to you by Audi and the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local tri-state Audi dealer today.
Yeah, Hedrick just has a little something on his fastball that he gets some swings and misses with that pitch.
Cruz with a high pop-up. Volpe will make the play for out number 2. Time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 107 wins, 3.62 ERA, 1 World Series MVP, 2 All-Stars. This is a 7. Joey Bart pops it up behind the plate. Be out of play. And the early read?
You're talking about a pitcher who threw before I was born. There's just no way. I didn't even lock in on that when I saw the years that he played for the Yankees.
World Series MVP, though. We have some time.
Noticing the name that Yankees a lot tougher this year.
See, you should have been there for the early games. They were layups. Jimmy Key. I think they saved the hard ones for you. I'm just curious, did Boone get this one? He did not. Wow.
I'm with you, Booney. I'm right there with you.
Popped up. Bellinger makes the play. Good inning for Hedrick as he retires. The Pirates in order. Go to the 6th. Thank you, Bob. Some bad news. Nestor Cortez coming off a great start, placed on the 15-day IL for the Milwaukee Brewers left flexor strain. Shohei Ohtani threw a 26-pitch bullpen. No timetable to pitch in games, no rush really. Detroit Tigers have won 4 of their last 5 games, outscoring opponents 29-16. Yankees will see them starting tomorrow, a 3 o'clock start. Move from a nighttime start because of the very cold weather expected in Detroit. We go to the 6th inning. And Judge swings and misses. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 4-1 Pirates. Judge the DH today. He struck out twice against Heaney. And 52 years ago on this day, Ron Blomberg was the very first DH. First DH in Major League history. Worked a walk against Louis Tiant of the Red Sox. Slow roll on the check swing. You know, John, I mean, I think this is not an outrageous statement. Teachers are underappreciated for what they mean to this world. I had 2 teachers, so I was in 6th grade in 1973. So my 6th grade teacher was Mr. Bear. My 5th grade teacher was the greatest teacher I ever had, even in college, Mr. Wilkoff. And he knew how much I loved the Yankees and how much seeing the first DH meant to me. But I was in class. It was an afternoon game. And they both got together. And when the game started, Mr. Wilkoff wheeled in a television, plugged it in, put on PIX, and let me watch that at bat.
Ron Bloomberg.
Yep, and it stayed with me forever.
Now I sit here saying, okay, the first DH, you were that into it. It was such a historic event.
I couldn't believe,
for you.
oh wow, the
pitcher
doesn't hit. Wow. One and two. That was at CS 232 in the Bronx, which was a converted bowling alley because the public school was just too crowded. So they got a bowling alley with no windows, and they turned it into 5th and 6th grades of PS 93. And that was where I saw Ron Bloomberg.
No windows.
No windows. You ever see windows in a bowling alley? No. Chisholm has driven in the Yankees' only run. That was in the 1st inning. Doubled over the head of Cruz in center field to score Bellinger from 2nd. Heaney has pitched very well since then.
Heaney up to his 84th pitch coming. He threw 79 his first outing, but the way he's carving up the Yankee lineup, he's going to be in there for a bit.
The Pirates sign a veteran guy like this for a 1-year deal. What they're hoping is he pitches well. They're going to be out of it. And then when the trade deadline comes around, maybe they could get a young player that they could take a flyer on and trade Heaney to a contender. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes.
His 9th strikeout of the afternoon, and with a 3-run lead, he just comes right at Jazz Chisholm with a fastball, overpowers him.
There's Volpe, 0 for 2. Robbed of a base hit. Diving play by O'Neill Cruz in center field. That was in the 4th inning. Two and 0. And a 3-0 on Volpe. Wells is on deck. He tripled his last time up. And a strike, 3-1. And there's a walk to Volpe. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. By Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at Untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Here's Austin Wells. Oh and 1. Pirates with 6 hits, Yankees with 5. And Heaney steps off. High fly ball, shallow right. McCutchen, the veteran, is there, and he puts it away for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Well, today's injury report is brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Jonathan Loáisiga, he threw a bullpen yesterday with Double-A Somerset, currently on the 15-day IL after having right UCL surgery, and he's recovering from that. He is on track to return in late May and early June, and what a weapon he can be if he returns to the old Jonathan Loáisiga.
Yeah, that would be a nice addition, that power right-handed arm out of the Yankee bullpen if he can stay healthy, get back to the big leagues. Left-hander Barucki getting ready.
You know, Heaney's performance, John, runs counter to what's been happening with the Pirates in this young season. So they come in, they have Paul Skeens in his 2 games, sporting a 1.46 ERA. And the other 7 starts by different Pirate pitchers, they had a 7.79 ERA. So Heaney has been the outlier.
Yeah, he's kind of reinventing himself, changing his pitch mix, and it's definitely been on point this afternoon.
3-1 on McCutchen, who's grounded to short twice. And he walks him. So a leadoff walk to McCutchen. Hedrick in the 2nd inning of work. Will Warren, the starter, he went 4. He gave up 6 hits and 4 runs. Here's Enmanuel Valdez. And a strike from Hedrick. Big cut. 0-2. Valdez, 1 for 2. Grounded back to the mound, then tripled to right center field. And then scored on Tommy Pham's sac fly. Swing and a miss. Valdez down on strikes. Why is Hedrick effective, John? What are you seeing?
I mean, it's 92, it's 93, but you always watch the hitters. They're going to tell you how good that fastball is playing, and he's just throwing it right by big league hitters. So if there's either good extension with his stride, good spin, but I mean, that's 92 to a good right-handed hitter, Tommy Pham. Can't get off his A swing on the first pitch. I know he walked McCutchen, but you also like that Hedrick comes right at you out of the bullpen. Gaining some trust that he's going to throw the ball over the plate.
Gomez back up again for the Yanks. It's funny, I mean, we are kind of a prisoners to the radar gun, but sometimes the pitch plays completely different than the number that it shows.
Well, there's always been a saying, pitching coaches around the league will tell you, the hitters will tell you how good your fastball is on any given day.
Two and two on Pham. Pham struck out in the sac fly to right. Pham's first Rookie of the Year, veteran. Signed here before spring training. There were reports that the Pirates had made an offer to Alex Verdugo, and he had turned them down. Verdugo ended up signing with the Braves. He's presently in their minor leagues, and it might work out for him, John, because Jurickson Profar, their left fielder, got suspended for PEDs, and he's out for 80 games. So once Verdugo gets up to snuff, has a spring training essentially, he'll get called up. And although Verdugo did not have the offensive year that they wanted, he was pretty good in left field for the Yankees. And the Yankees always thought there was more there offensively. Swing and a miss. Got it right by the veteran fan.
There it is again, that fastball in 93, another swing and a miss. And, you know, Michael, you talked about the age of baseball we're in and high velocity. We've watched the Yankee pitching staff early this year. It's not an intimidating staff as far as velocity goes. You know, somebody like Loaizaga coming back is going to help with that. Luis Gil with his high octane fastball. But I wouldn't say this staff as a whole lights up the radar gun.
And the ace of the staff is Max Fried, and he's not about velocity. About movement and command and an array of pitches. 1-1 on Adam Frazier. 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored a run. And 1-2. Fouled the other way. Off the facing of the upper deck here at PNC. Swing and a miss. What a performance by Hedrick. He strikes out 4 in 2 scoreless innings. No flop. I like the undercarriage. It has a good coloring to it as well. So let's take a bite. This is really, really big. Crispy, tasty too. I would have given the Friday tenders on a scale of 1 to 10 probably a 3, just because I like the city. It probably didn't even deserve a 3. These are a solid 8.1. Well, that was the debut of K Eats Tendies as Jason Dominguez swings at the first pitch. And Cruz puts it away. So that was the brainchild of Meredith Marakovitz, now over 20,000 followers. So I guess, Meredith, I'm locked into trying chicken tenders at every ballpark this year.
I think you enjoyed every minute of that earlier, Michael. And fans are responding well. They like it.
I was going to say, you had way too much fun with that. And it seemed like you were a pro.
Well, you know what? Thank you, John,
you
for that.
You followed the Dave Portnoy?
I followed Dave Portnoy's pizza review, which is unbelievable, and it's helped so many small businesses. He does a great job with that. So I use some of his catchphrases, undercarriage and no flop and things like that, as an homage to him, certainly not copying him. We'll come up with our own as we move along, but it was fun. I just didn't think 20,000 people would sign up to be part of K Likes Tendies.
Tomorrow is a new day in Detroit. You got to pick which day you want to do your review in Detroit, but over 160,000 people have watched that video on Instagram.
Wow. Well, thank you to everybody. Hope you have fun with it as it's intended. And Peraza goes down on strikes.
Wow, what an afternoon for Andrew Heaney. I mean, he is just getting the swing and miss all day long. The changeup, the slider, the fastball, dominating this Yankee lineup.
There's Trent Grisham. We're in the 7th inning. It's 4-1 Pirates. And there's a strike to Grisham. He's 1 for 2.
Andrew Heaney getting all the swings and misses. He doesn't need any help out of the strike zone. That slider looked down and away.
Ground ball, second base. 7 strong innings of work by Andrew Heaney. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees trail the Pirates 4-1, but we're going to stay right here as they honor America in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Attention to the big screen as we honor today's Sunday Soldiers, presented by ABM. Mike and Kelly Donahue. ABM is proud to employ veterans in the Pittsburgh area. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Donahue served 23 years in the U.S. Army, deploying to Bosnia, Kosovo, and Iraq 3 times. His bravery earned him 4 Bronze Stars, 4 Meritorious Service Medals, and the Iraq Campaign Medal. Specialist Kelly Donahue served 4 years in the Army's Medical Service Corps and continued her dedication as a military spouse for 21 years. She was honored with the Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, and the Good Conduct Medal. We are proud to have Mike and Kelly and their families at the game today as guests of the Pirates and salute them for their service to our country. At this time, we ask those who are able to please rise. Here to perform God Bless America, let's welcome back Ashley Marina.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you, gentlemen. 4-6-0 Pirates, 1-5-0 Yanks. Warren went 4. Chisholm, the only run for the Yankees. He drove in with a double. Haney, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 7 innings. Brian Reynolds, 1 for 3, a 2-run double. Here is Yoendrys Gomez on for the Yankees after 2 shutout innings for Hendrick. And he deals a strike to Connor Falefa.
Well, there are the numbers for Gomez, coming off 3 scoreless innings of relief Wednesday against Arizona.
Grounded to Peraza. 1 away. Back to the top of the order and Key Brian Hayes. Well, can the Yankees rally in the final 2 innings? That's the question. Trying to sweep this series and head to Detroit, riding a 4-game winning streak.
Well, at this point in the game, Hedrick did his job, 2 scoreless innings. Gomez trying to throw up a 0 here in the 7th, and you just want to get a look at a different pitcher for the Pirates. Andrew Heaney with his 10 strikeouts through 7 innings. Let's get a different look out there. Take your chances.
Two and 1. Pirates are 2-7. Their bullpen has not been good for them. First 3 losses of the season to the Marlins, all walk-off losses, as Miami scored against the Pittsburgh bullpen. kind of set the tone for the early going. Three on one on Hayes. And he walked Hayes, who reaches for the second time today. The announced attendance here at PNC, 22,898. There were 30,000 yesterday in the high 30s on the home opener day. Laced into left field coming on Dominguez, and he makes the play on the run. Got a nice jump to retire Reynolds.
A nice jump by Dominguez, and that ball slicing away from him off the bat of Reynolds, hitting left-handed. See, this is going to run away from Dominguez. Enough speed and athletic ability to make up for it. Starting to look more comfortable out in left field.
Here is O'Neal Cruz. And a strike to Cruz. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball to second, single to right, and a pop up to Volpe. That got a lot of the home plate ump, David Rackley.
You can see Austin Wells concerned, making sure he's okay. Those umpires and catchers have a close relationship. They know what it's like back there with the foul tips. Take another look. Rackley bearing down on the strike zone, takes one right off the mask.
The other umpires check on him. Looks like he's going to stay in there. Brought him down to one knee. So 0-2 on Cruz. Diving back is Hayes.
Well, Hayes does have some speed, couple of stolen bases already. And the running game has been a big part of the offense for the Pirates this year early on. If Hayes will be on the move here, an 0-2 count to Cruz.
High fly ball, barely deep center. Grisham back, drifts back, and he'll make the play in front of the track for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We'll go to the 8th. Yankees down by 3. Well, fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees, Nets, and more, free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now and sign in with your existing Yes app username and password, or visit gothamsports.com to get streaming. Well, the Yankees are thrilled that Andrew Heaney is out of the game, and Dennis Santana will come on to pitch the 8th inning. Top of the order for the Yanks.
Michael, I think you said that perfectly. Just to get a different look from somebody coming out of that Pirate bullpen.
That was some performance by the left-hander.
And the Yankees got to look at Santana yesterday, facing 5 batters. Up a run, a couple of hits.
Santana has essentially emerged as their closer. David Bednar, the closer for about 4 years, was part of the implosion in Miami. He got sent down. Been around a long time, and he got sent down. 1-1 on Goldschmidt, 1 for 3 against Heaney.
Well, it's all about matchups at this point in the game, and obviously Santana coming in for the righty Goldschmidt. Aaron Judge will hit third in this inning.
And a strike. The 1-2. That one's looped into right field, going back Frazier, and he makes the play for out number 1. Check out the Optimum Don't Take Slow for an Answer replay.
Well, Cody Bellinger back in the lineup, looks healthy, got a great jump, steals second base easily. We'll take slow for an answer.
Swing and a miss. Bellinger scored the only run for the Yanks today, that first inning run. Count 0-2. Grounded foul outside of first. And the pitch. Another foul ball. It's amazing that the Yankees and the Pirates will get in these 3 games. The forecasts were so dire coming here for this weekend that it was supposed to rain all day, every single day, but they've gotten all 3 games in. And it wasn't as if they had to play through any driving rain or anything like that. There was some drizzle every now and then, but for the most part, the field's in great shape. Everybody did a good job. The fans were hale and hearty, came to the ballpark, so outstanding. Popped up, shallow right center. Who's going to get it? Everybody is converging. And it looks like it's IKF who made the play. Going a long way to right center field.
That is an unbelievable play by Kiner Falefa and all the ground that he covered. You see O'Neill Cruz with a little grin on his face. McCutchen wasn't able to get there. IKF bailed them both out. And that is not a shortstop's ball right there.
That's going to bring up Aaron Judge. Judge 0 for 3 this afternoon. And congratulations to Aaron Judge on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week, where he hit .364, 6 home runs, 17 ribbies, an OPS of 1.447. The home runs and the ribbies leads Major League Baseball. .02 on Judge. Judge is struck out twice and grounded softly back to the mound. One and two. Yankees have 5 hits. The Pirates have 6. High High fly ball, center field and deep. Cruz back, still back. He's on the track. He makes the play up against the wall for the final out. Yankees go down in order against Santana. Time to name that Yankee. These are the clues. The big clue, the World Series MVP. So the answer is Ralph Terry. Gave up the home run to Bill Mazeroski, but did not let it define him, and won a World Series MVP. Joey Bart takes outside from Gomez. Yesterday, the Yankee bullpen, 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Fly ball center field. Coming on is Grisham. Look back at Ralph Terry.
It's Ed Bailey.
Nice smooth.
His leg kick.
Yeah.
I like it.
"12 big league seasons. He allowed Mazeroski's walk-off home run. Then he won the World Series MVP with the Yankees in 1962, a 4-hit shutout in Game 7. (0-1) on McCutchen. McCutchen is 0 for 2 with a walk. Yankee bullpen so far today, 3 1/3 scoreless innings with 2 walks.
Big swing and a miss there from McCutchen. Has 236 home runs. Ranks 4th all time in Pirates history. Trying to catch the late great Roberto Clemente. 4 more. Time with Clemente.
A little controversy. The Clemente family not happy because there used to be a Clemente logo on the right field wall, and now they've sold it to an advertiser. And Roberto Clemente Jr. put out a statement today saying the family was kind of shocked because they weren't even told that it was going to happen. Now, the height of that wall is 21 feet because that was Roberto's number.
A lot of negativity around the Pirates this weekend, huh?
For sure.
I know you don't like that, Michael. You're such a positive guy.
I like this town a lot. I think this is an underrated town, and I think they have great baseball fans. It's kind of sad what's been thrown their way.
Beautiful ballpark, great fans, great city.
Three and two. So Gomez deals the payoff. I guess they had the count wrong. It wasn't the payoff. It was 3 and 2 on the board. It remains 3 and 2. Now Andrew's looking to the dugout, and I think the umpire is saying, no, that was 3-2.
David Rackley's all over it, rattling off pitch by pitch.
So this will be the payoff. Still 3 and 2. Did he go? Yes, he did. So McCutchen down on strikes.
And McCutcheon hunting a 3-2 fastball, gets a little cutter on the outer half, and he knew it right away. Or look from the side.
Here's Valdez. One and one. Valdez with that triple in the 4th inning. Came around to score on Pham's sac fly to right. Valdez 1 for 3. Tried to get out of the way, a foul ball. 1 and 2. Now, if you look ahead to the 9th inning for the Yankees, they've got Chisholm, Volpe, and Wells, the middle of the order coming up. Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Pop foul and out of play.
Well, you can see how Gomez goes about his business. He tries to slow you down with that curveball and then rush that fastball in on your hands with a little bit of cut to the lefties.
Ripped to right field on the run, Bellinger, and he makes the play for the final out. We go to the 9th. Do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 and by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Bill Verdon later went on to manage the Yankees. He was actually the manager of the Yankees when George Steinbrenner bought the team in 1973. Ryan Borucki will try to get the final 3 outs and salvage the final game of this 3-game set for the Pirates. Jack Suwinski takes over in left field, and Tommy Pham moves from left field over to right, taking over for Andrew McCutcheon. Actually, Verdon was the first manager that George Steinbrenner hired, because right at the time that they closed the deal, Ralph Houck was the manager, and then he stepped away, and Verdon became the manager, and that turned into Billy Martin for the first of 5.
A bunch of times. Borucki made the opening day roster after attending camp as a non-roster invite. A chance to close this one out, trying to get the last 3 outs of this ball game.
So 1 and 2 on Chisholm. Chisholm has driven on the only Yankee run in this game with the RBI double to center in the first, scoring Bellinger. Struck out the other 2 times. And he strikes out again. 1 away here in the 9th. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
On that coverage cam, going to take a look at Anthony Volpe flashing the leather in the first inning, going to his left. gets to his feet. The accurate throw.
You know, as we just talked about the right field wall, John, the Pirates just released a statement that it was their mistake. They never meant to take down the 21. They will put the 21 on top of where the ad is. So 1-1 on Volpe. Volpe's 0 for 2 with a walk. Yankees need base runners. They're down by 3. Looking to keep their winning streak alive. They're 6-2. Ground ball in the hole, knocked down by IKF, but it's a base hit for Volpe.
Right, is looking to gain some traction, create some traffic out there. Yeah. Anthony Volpe, you'll take the infield hit, but the Yankees just trying to get a couple of runners on. And one big swing of the bat, get back in this game.
So here's Wells. Yankees facing 3 pretty good pitchers for the Tigers. Starting on Monday, Casey Mize. Then the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal. And then Jack Flaherty. Yankees will send Rodon, Carrasco, and Fried against Detroit. And a push bunt. It is a beauty. Will Wells beat it out? No, he will not. Really nice play by Hayes. That was a good bunt. Moving to second is Volpe.
And you love where Austin Wells, where his mind's at, just trying to get on base anyway. Again, trying to set it up for one big swing at the bat to be a tie ball game. Well executed, but a better defensive play by Hayes. And we've talked about it for 3 days. He can really pick it at third base. Just trying to get a base runner, trying to create some traffic.
Here's Dominguez. Yankees down to their final out. I think in a perfect world, John, he probably gets the bunt more toward the line.
More towards the line.
Barucki pitched the 8th inning yesterday, gave up a run, now trying to close it out in the 9th for Pittsburgh. And don't forget about Andrew Heaney's StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, he really had quite a game. 7 innings. You see the slider, changeup, 4-seamer, curve, and the sinker. A more complete pitcher this afternoon as far as throwing all of his pitches than I think the Yankees expected.
2-1 on Dominguez. Yankees get one more runner on, then they could bring the tying run to the plate. Three and one. Hey, after the final, I'll get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, I'll look ahead to the series of the Tigers. That's all coming up in the WB Mason Yankees postgame. 3-1 count on Dominguez. Volpe's at second. 2 outs here in the 9th. Yankees down by 3. And there's ball 4, and that brings the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, that is a mistake by Barucki, but the Yankees going to try to take advantage of it.
And a trip to the mound by Oscar Marine, the pitching coach, to settle down Barucki. Yankees getting the bullpen up just in case there is a bottom of the 9th inning. Luke Weaver. And Oswald Peraza will come to the plate. He has a home run this year. He's 0 for 3 today. Grisham is on deck.
Joey Bart going out in front of home plate, going through the defense in case the Yankees are going to be running on the bases, which I would not expect in this situation.
One and 0 way inside by Barucki.
Well, we know Peraza has a little bit of pop, and you know the guy waiting on deck, Trent Grisham, has been one of the hottest hitters in the Yankee lineup.
1-1. Fouls off the slider. Yankees trying to sweep the Pirates and extend their winning streak to 4 straight. They're down to their final out. Way outside, 2-1. Volpe's at second, Dominguez is at first, so good speed on the bases for the Yankees, but the run that counts is at home plate right now.
And Barucki coming around that slider. That could lead to a hanger here in a fastball count.
Two and 2.
Best pitch he's thrown. Fastball count. Sweeper down and in. Peraza right over the top.
Yankees trying to stay alive. Pirates trying to close it out. The 2-2 pitch. Hit shortly and off the glove of Hayes. And down the left field line, it kicks off the sidewall. Volpe will score. Stopping at third is Dominguez. It's an RBI double for Peraza, and the Yankees are still alive.
Well, Peraza getting some at-bats against left-handed pitching and really digging in with 2 strikes and just battling. He got another sweeper. He got the bat head out, and he was able to keep it fair as Volpe scores easily, and the Yankees trying to give it a finish here in Pittsburgh.
A single might tie the game. Peraza has speed at second base. Dominguez is at third. Here's the red-hot Grisham. 1 for 3 today. Jumps on the first pitch and fouls it away. Yesterday he flexed.
Yesterday's game, he had one of the best performances of his career. Left on left, drives it deep to right field, and then a very impressive opposite field home run. Love Trent Grisham up in this spot right now with a chance to at least tie it.
1-1. Goldschmidt is on deck. He would not face the left-hander if he comes up. Second and third, 2 men out in the ninth. It's 4-2 Pirates. Down to their final strike.
Well, Grisham took a shot right there, trying to do some damage and get the bat head out. Got a little slider down and away. I would fully expect him behind in the count here, 1 and 2, to really set his sights, sending the ball the other way to left field.
Yankees have 7 hits and the Pirates 6, but the Pirates lead 4-2. Pitch inside, 2-2. It's turned into a nail biter on this Sunday afternoon. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees trail by 2. And that's a base hit to right field. That's going to tie it up. A big hit for Grisham. A 2-run single, and it is 4-4.
Man, this guy is unbelievable. The hottest hitters in all of baseball comes up in a huge spot and delivers again. Another look at the pitch. Slider pretty much middle of the plate. He's been right on time since the beginning of spring training and through the first week of the season.
Second hit of the day for Grisham. Dominguez scored. Peraza scored easily. And the Yankees have come all the way back to tie the game at 4. Derek Shelton takes the ball from Ryan Borucki. He will go to the bullpen, bring on a right-hander to face Goldschmidt. The game is tied at 4. Stay where you are. A great weekend in Pittsburgh for Trent Grisham, John.
Trent Grisham, like I said, has been locked in since the first day of spring training. One of the Yankee hitters that you would want up in a big spot with a chance to tie it up. He comes through again. And you can see the reaction of Dominguez. Peraza scores easily. And that Yankee dugout, a lot to be excited about.
Chase Shugart got activated today. He's on the mound against Paul Goldschmidt. And a strike. We did with Boston last year in 6 games. Ground ball right side. Frazier fields from the outfield grass, fires, and just gets Goldschmidt for the final out of the top of the 9th. But not before the Yankees tie the score. They score 3 runs on 3 hits. The big blow by Grisham. It's 4-4, bottom of the 9th. All right, so it's important to note the next 3 games. The times have been changed because of expected really cold weather in Detroit. Tomorrow, it's a 3:10 start on Yes. Tuesday, 1:10 on Yes. Wednesday, 1:10 on Prime. They were originally scheduled to be night games. Thursday is an off day, a travel day. Then 3 games against the Giants at Yankee Stadium. 3 against the Royals, also in the Bronx. And then 4 against Tampa Bay. There's the unlikely Yankee hero of the weekend. That is Trent Grisham, and I hate to use such a trite phrase like old school. He doesn't use batting gloves. When he hits a home run, he puts his head around the bases, doesn't even slap hands with the third base coach. And he got that big hit, and there was no big celebration or fist pump. He's just a man at work.
It's as business as usual, and you got to give the young kid Peraza a lot of credit for hanging in there. And I'm also going to give the bullpen. You got to talk about Hedrick and Gomez, 4 shutout to hand the ball over to Luke Weaver here, looking to throw up another 0.
Tommy Pham will lead it off against Luke Weaver. Just missed outside. 1-0.
Well, Michael, there's something about the personality of this Yankee lineup, this Yankee offense. We've seen them averaging 9 runs a game, but it's just the ability to fight back when you're just quiet all day, come up with a big 9th inning.
.480 for the Yanks, 4-6-0 for the Pirates. Bottom of the 9th inning. Weaver deals. 2-1.
Weaver last pitched on Thursday against Arizona in an inning and a third.
Two on a change. Bottom third of the order for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game tied at 4. Bottom of the 9th inning. Strike 3. Pham down looking. He strikes out for the 3rd time today.
Luke Weaver just dots the bottom part of the strike zone, and a nice catch by Austin Wells, presenting that pitch back up into the strike zone. Yankees might have got the benefit of a call there.
Here's Adam Frazier. He is 1 for 3. Nice play by the veteran second baseman to get Goldschmidt to end the top of the 9th inning. Foul back, 0-1. Tommy Pham not pleased with that strikeout. And the bat pays the price. Twice. 3 times. Fly ball. Shallow left. Volpe makes the call on the catch. 2-way. And here's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. RBI double, a walk, a run scored, and a ground ball to third. Late addition to the lineup right before the game began. Jarrett Triolo in the original lineup. And that one's popped up on the right side. Does Goldschmidt have room? No, he does not. Well, if there is a top of the 10th, it'll be Bellinger, Judge, and Chisholm Jr. That one misses. Caleb Ferguson is up for the Pirates. High fly ball right field. Bellinger is there. And Weaver comes on to work a 1-2-3 inning. Free baseball, bonus Cantos coming up. 4-4, we go to the 10th.
Back to that 9th inning and how the Yankees got back into it. It all started with an infield hit, then a 2-out walk to Dominguez, and then it's going to be Peraza who drills one right down the line. Volpe will score easily, but the hero of the weekend in Pittsburgh has been Trent Grisham, and he comes through once again.
4-4 as we go to the 10th inning. Because it's extra innings and Goldschmidt made the final out, he will start the 10th inning at second base. Caleb Ferguson is on the mound for the Pirates. He's their 5th pitcher. This will be his 6th game. And here is Cody Bellinger. So you bring in a lefty, he has to face 3 batters. So the minefield for the lefty is going to be Judge. So you've got the lefty Bellinger, you've got the lefty Chisholm, but Judge is in the middle. Now if they can retire Bellinger, then they just walk Judge.
But of course, when Aaron Judge is waiting on deck, Bellinger now in the driver's seat, 2-0. Hunting a fastball to drive.
3-0 on Bellinger. Is he taking, or did they give him the green light? Taking all the way, 3-1. Now he's on his own.
And again, the approach does not change. Look for something middle in, look for a fastball. Try to do some damage.
Time called. Waved at that one on the outside part of the plate. And the count is full at 3-2.
Yeah, it's a gutsy pitch. If Bellinger lays off, it's 1st and 2nd and Aaron Judge, but Bellinger a little too aggressive.
And he gets the job done. He'll move the runner to 3rd. So 1 away. Goldschmidt at 3rd. Let's see how the Pirates play this. And they're going to play it with an intentional walk, it looks like. The Judge looked like he was putting down his bat. No,
yep, there it is.
Yep. He is intentionally walked. It's really hard to argue with Derek Shelton. As a baseball fan, you want to see him hit in this spot, but you're trying to win a game.
It makes total sense. Now you got left-on-left matchup with Jazz Chisholm. The Yankees don't have any problem with that matchup, the way he swung the bat early on this year. And Anthony Volpe waiting on deck, one of the hottest right-handed hitters in the lineup.
Thought about a bunt. Ran the hands up and takes a pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Goldschmidt's at third. Judge is at first. Held there by Valdez. Foul ball, 0-2. It got him on the foot.
Well, 3 strikeouts this afternoon for Chisholm, and now behind in the count, 0-2 after this foul ball. Got his front foot. Jazz will do with 2 strikes, though. He'll just spread out and use his hands. Not much of a stride or leg kick. Situation here, just trying to battle to put this ball in play.
Just got a piece to stay alive. Fouls it back.
He'll look from the side. Real abbreviated move with his right foot. Just uses his hands. Dig in there and compete.
Joey Bart wants to talk with Ferguson, and Adam Frazier joins them. So Goldschmidt started the inning at second base, the extra inning rule. Bellinger grounded to second, moved Goldschmidt to third. Judge intentionally walked. 1 out, 0-2 count on Jazz Chisholm Jr. Nice block by Bart. Judge thought about going, but held up.
Anytime as a catcher you call a cutter or a sweeper, you have to expect the ball in the dirt. Bart does a good job just to get a glove on it. And you see Aaron Judge didn't get a good look, didn't get a good jump. Had to hold up.
These are the moments that Chisholm lives for. He does not shrink from the spotlight. Craves the spotlight. It's on him right now in extra innings. Stays alive.
That's a great job just to hang in there and foul that pitch off. I'm sure Jazz was looking off speed. A fastball in 97 that was elevated. Great job just to foul it off. Give yourself another chance.
Still 1-2. Runners at the corners. That one is looped into center field, and it's caught by Frazier. Crowd number 2. Didn't get enough to get it over the infielders' heads. 2 down.
Well, he fouled off the fastball up and in, and then the slider down and away, and just tried to flip it out into center field. Didn't get enough of it. Sounded like a broken bat.
So here is Anthony Volpe, who started the Yankees rally in the 9th. And a strike. Volpe 1 for 3 with a walk. Against Ferguson, he has a 2-run home run in his career. Quickly 0-2. Hit shortly and grabbed there by Frazier. He beats Judge to the bag, and the Pirates keep the Yankees off the board here in the top of the 10th. No runs, no hits, and 2 men left on base. Bottom of the 10th inning coming up for Pittsburgh, 4-4. Well, Luke Weaver comes out for 2nd inning of work, retired the Pirates in order in the 9th. Now the Pirates have a runner at 2nd base. That would be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who made the final out of the 9th. And it'll be the top of the Pirates order, starting with Key Brian Hayes. 4-4 game. Fastball outside, 1-0. Weaver deals. Push punt. It's rolling at the first base line, but foul. Weaver made sure it stayed foul. When the game is tied, you have a runner at 2nd. That's a perfectly rational thing to do. Just move him to 3rd, try to get in.
Yeah, I just wonder how many times Hayes has actually tried to lay down a bunt or a sacrifice bunt. It's the right idea, trying to get that runner to 3rd with less than 2 outs.
So 1-1 on Hayes. 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Ground ball to Volpe. Keeps the runner at 2nd. Gets the runner at 1st. Brian Reynolds, 3 for 8 with 2 home runs career against Weaver. Now remember, the only runner that counts is the runner at 2nd. First base is open. And you have O'Neill Cruz on deck. Looks like they'll go after Brian Reynolds.
Well, you go after him, but you go after him carefully. You almost pitch the entire at bat like it's an 0-2 count. Edges of the strike zone and off.
Line to right field. Bellinger makes the play. IKF just bluffed, and the throw comes into 3rd. 2 away. Reynolds hit it hard.
He went right at him. That surprised me there. Line drive to Bellinger in right field. Couple of hard hit baseballs here in the 10th inning. Nothing to show for it for Pittsburgh.
So here comes Matt Blake. We'll talk over Cruz. If there is an 11th inning, as you just saw, it'll be Wells, Dominguez, and Peraza. So the meeting is ended. Runner remains at 2nd with 2 outs. We're in the 10th of a 4-4 game. Those are the arms in the outfield. The best one is Bellinger. You consider Grisham and Dominguez to be in the caution category.
We're going to walk O'Neill Cruz. Take their chances with Joey Bart.
So I guess they were more concerned with Cruz than they were with Reynolds. And Reynolds hit the ball hard. So now here is Bart. Bart hitless in 4 at-bats. Outside.
Well, Joey Bart resurrected his career here in Pittsburgh after struggling out in San Francisco. Hasn't done much this weekend, but a big chance for him here to be a hero.
2-0. During the homestand, Boone said he was reluctant to use Luke Weaver in multiple innings. But he did use him for 4 outs, and now this is the second inning of work in this game. Sometimes a chance to win a game gets you through any kind of trepidation you might have in the count. 3-0 now on Bart. Sawinski is on deck. And he walked him on 4 pitches to load the bases. So Sawinski came in to tighten up the defense in the 9th inning. He took over in left field. Pham moved from left to right, taking McCutchen out of the game. So this would have been McCutchen's spot, but now it's Sawinski with a chance to win the game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 4-4 game. We're in the 10th. There's no place to put Sawinski to count 1-0, so 5 straight out of the zone.
5 straight, some pressure on Luke Weaver. Now has to get back in the strike zone. Sawinski knows that as well.
Throws a strike and it's fouled away into the upper deck on the third base side.
What we saw last year with Luke Weaver, a lot of confidence in that changeup. Throw it any time and any count. Threw a good one there to get back in the count.
Ganapalefa is at third. That's the run that counts. Check the swing. Pitch a bit inside, 2-1. IKF at third, Cruz at second, Bart's at first. 2 men out. Bottom of the 10th, 4-4 game. Hits are even at 8 apiece. Two and 2.
That pitch right there from Luke Weaver was, here's my best fastball. You're either going to get me or I'm going to find a way to survive to another pitch. Sawinski fouled that one off. A great pitch to hit. Now Weaver has the weapons again. Changeup could be a factor in this pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He got him on the change. Weaver works into and out of trouble as the Pirates leave the bases loaded in the 10th. We go to the 11th inning in Pittsburgh. It's a 4-4 game on Yes. Well, fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees, Nets, and more, free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now and sign in with your existing Yes app username and password, or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. So we go to the 11th inning. We'll start off with Volpe at second base as he made the final out of the 10th, and Joey Wentz comes on. He'll be the 6th pitcher used by the Pirates. So he'll face Wells, the lefty batter, Dominguez. They'll turn him around to his right side, and Peraza. Good speed at second and Volpe. In the Yankees' 3-run 9th, Wells tried to bunt his way on. Really nice play by Hayes at third. Got him at first. Two and 0 from Wentz. One of the better pitchers in the Pirate bullpen not available, Colin Holderman, went on the IL with a sprained right knee today. And that's why they called up Shugart, who came on to get the final out of the 9th. Wentz 2 1/3 scoreless innings on Friday against the Yankees. 2-2. former first-round pick of the Braves in 2016. Wentz deals. Fouled away. An announced crowd of 22,898 here at PNC Park. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wells down on strikes. As Volpe stays put at second.
Wentz pulled the string, a curveball, and had Wells way out in front. Anthony Volpe dancing off of second base. Looks like he's getting a little antsy, trying to steal a bag. Another look from the side. Wentz wins that battle, left on left.
Dominguez. Dominguez worked a really important walk with 2 outs to keep that 9th inning alive. And that was batting from this side against Barucki. Volpe leads off second. Chases a pitch upstairs. 0-2. Spoils that one. Fouls the fastball back. Goes off speed. Misses.
Well, with all the Pirate left-handed relievers, Dominguez has gotten plenty of bats from the right side during this weekend.
Ground ball, short. Volpe will move to third, and the throw is not handled by Valdez at first, allowing Dominguez to reach.
Giving the Yankees some extra outs. IKF comes in, fields it cleanly, and then flips it across the diamond. Doesn't have enough steam on it, and Valdez can't come up with it clean. The Yankees will take it.
Third baseman, Oswald Peraza.
Well, Peraza got a big hit for the Yankees to keep that 9th inning alive. Ripped a double down the third baseline to drive in a run and set up the heroics by Grisham. Pitch up and away. So that's going to be an E6 on the throw by Kiner-Falefa. One and one. See, Wentz has some late life on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Fouled away. 1-2.
We saw this from Peraza's last at bat when he came through with that base hit. He got behind 2 strikes and just kind of hung in there and battled. Same situation here. First and third, 1 out.
Upstairs, 2-2 to Peraza. Grisham's on deck. Volpe's at third. Dominguez at first. 1 man out in the 11th. 4-4. Good hold there on a ball low, and the count now full at 3-2. Peraza's trying to work his way into the lineup more. The more you produce, the more you're going to force Aaron Boone's hand to pencil your name in. And the payoff. And he goes around. Strike 3. Could not hold up on the cutter.
Had a real good take on the curveball that was in the dirt, and then just didn't pick up the spin on this cutter. Takes an uncomfortable half swing.
Now to bring up the man of the weekend. There's Trent Grisham. Tied the game with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Yankees down by 2 with a single through the right side. That's why we are in extra innings. He's 2 for 4 with another start today in center field. Inside. Goldschmidt's on deck. Runner goes. No throw. They will allow him to steal second base. So the count 2-0 on Grisham. Grisham with 9 RBIs on the season. Volpe's at third, Dominguez at second. And the 2-0. High fly ball left field. Sawinski backs up, he's there, and makes the play for the final out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Devin Williams coming on for the Yankees, and he's bringing his airbender with him. One of the best relievers in the game. 157 opponents average against, lowest all time. 39.4% K rate, 4th highest all time. And an ERA of 1.83, 3rd lowest since 1900. Clase and Walsh are the only ones lower. That's what he's bringing to the party. Yankees got him over the winter in a trade with Milwaukee. This will be his 3rd game. He missed 3 games against the Diamondbacks on paternity leave. Welcome a new son into the world. And he will try to keep the Yankees in this game as we go to the bottom of the 11, tied at 4. Sawinski is going to start at second base because he made the final out of the 10th. And Valdez will face Devin Williams. Pitch upstairs.
Well, the Yankee bullpen has been outstanding this afternoon. Hedrick 2 innings, Gomez 2 innings, Weaver 2 innings, and now Williams. Misses upstairs with that first pitch fastball.
And a strike. There's that change.
Williams a scoreless 9th inning in Friday's game here in Pittsburgh.
Sawinski is the winning run at second base. And now Boone and one of the Yankees athletic trainers coming out to check on Wells. That's Tim Lentich, something in the eye of Wells. What number of extra innings does it really start to get to a catcher?
Probably like 13.
Yeah. Do you agree with what Girardi said, that it's easier to catch now because of the one knee? It takes a lot of stress off your legs.
I heard him say that, and I don't know if I really agree with that.
Okay.
And obviously I never caught down with one knee, so I wouldn't really know what it felt like, what the difference felt like. But I didn't feel like catching a game took a whole lot out of me physically, because you just have been used to it your whole career, your whole life, basically.
It was more mentally?
Yeah. More the foul tips, more the mental part than fatigue in the legs.
1-1. The old airbender, 1-2. Inside. Goes with the fastball, so the count levels at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 11th inning. Yankees came back with 3 in the ninth to tie it. It's 4-4. And the pitch. Lofted into left field. Dominguez coming on. He's there. Makes the play. Runner stays put. Really is amazing watching these extra innings where you have the free runner at second base and batters just don't hit the ball to the right side.
Yeah, that's a situation there too with a left-handed hitter and a changeup from Williams. You would think he'd be out front, roll it over to the right side.
Here's Tommy Pham, 0 for 3, sacked fly. The 3, all strikeouts. 1-0 on the change. Well,
as a catcher, you're always trying to read hitters and how they're taking pitches, and pretty noticeable. Tommy Pham had a good look at both of those changeups, did not even flinch against Devin Williams.
Big cut, and he fouls off the change.
Williams' change is so good he can throw it back to back to back and still have hitters off balance. But you got to protect it. You got to throw your fastball at some point to get hitters off of the timing. See if he goes 4 in a row here to Tommy Pham.
Goes with the fastball, 2-2.
Now you got Tommy Pham thinking. I've seen 3 changeups, 1 fastball, wasn't looking for the fastball, but now where's he going? Change up again, or does he double up with the heater?
Runner goes. The throw to third. Not in time. It's a stolen base for Sawinski.
Well, a real good jump, and Wells comes up with an accurate throw, but does not have a play.
Well, that was ball 3, and that changes the calculus. The Yankees have to bring the infield in. That's the winning run at third base with 1 out.
If you're Devin Williams, all you're thinking is swing and a miss here. You have first and second base open. You don't have to give in.
Just got a piece to stay alive. Yankee outfield also has come in. The best arm in the outfield belongs to Bellinger. Pirates trying to walk it off. 3-2. Ground ball, foul. Sawinski obviously off with the crack of the bat, but foul ball.
Well, Pham just doing enough to foul these tough changeups off. I mean, Williams right now, it's a gutsy pitch, but if you want to go elevated fastball, you probably get a swing and a miss. But you also know the airbender, the changeup is his best swing and miss pitch.
And here's the payoff. Fouled the other way and out of play. That's the sequence so far, 8 pitches. That should do it. Deep drive, left field. It's over the head of Dominguez, and it's off the wall. Sawinski will score, and the Pirates win the game 5-4 in 11 innings to salvage the final game of this 3-game set.
Yeah, tough way to lose this one for the Yankees. You take 2 out of 3 of the series, but still a great comeback in the ninth to tie it up. Tommy Pham with a great at-bat against Williams. The more change-ups he saw that bat, the better his timing got. The Yankees will take 2 out of 3, move their way onto Detroit. And Tommy Pham, who's had a tough start to his season, has some reasons to celebrate this afternoon.
Well, the Pirates celebrate. The wins have been hard to come by. That's their 3rd win of the year. They're 3-7. Yankees dropped to 6-3. And Pham, in a celebration with his young teammates, one of the veterans that the Pirates brought aboard for moments like this to win some games as they continue to grow. So Tommy Pham hits one over the head of Dominguez to score Sawinski. We'll come back, wrap things up. Pirates win 5-4 in 11 innings. We take a look at the Cadillac drive of the game.
Our Cadillac drive of the game, bottom of the 11th inning. Tommy Pham saw a bunch of change-ups in that at-bat, finally timed one up. A walk-off for the Pirates, and your Cadillac drive of the game for Tommy Pham.
The Yankees take the series, but they lose the final game. Their 3-game winning streak is snapped. 5-7-1, beating 4-8. No time of the game, 3:21. Joey Wentz to win. Devin Williams' his first loss. Trent Grisham, another big hit. And Tommy Pham, the walk-off single in the 11th. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the W.B. Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees head to Detroit to begin a series at Comerica Park. Coverage begins at 2:30 on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 3. Again, the final score in 11 innings. Pirates 5, Yankees 4. For John Flaherty and Meredith Barakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Guys?